he's tweeting about him, collabing and all that, World War III album coming out soon and all that, like helping the man or promoting him. But he's also down with Drake. Isn't there a double standard there?
Yes, sir. We outside the big three back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Just
sir.
pick me. He playing games.
He's playing their game because that's what they be promoting and stuff.
Guys. Come on, bro.
Okay, that's a possibility.
Let me show you guys something. Guys got to think inside the box and think outside the
He
box.
just said he's this cousin.
Yeah, wrong, dog. Morally
It's a
wrong,
bad- it's a
dog.
bad
You know,
look.
he knows within his mind you have that's a girl younger than your daughter who's 25. But I think our Toronto guys are the most grimiest guys on the face of this earth. I don't even want to give you guys the idea of what's going on. They're gonna be mad at me and you for that one. What I want to say, bro.
See it.
What I want to say, bro. Sounds devilic.
Listen, man, I don't want to get too sidetracked into a gay wormhole.
Hey, yo. Gay holes. What do you... Those new events, though, it's more about indoor ball-ups and looking cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a sp on you.
Yeah.
Or you gotta be rolling something there like this on your hand.
Yeah,
No
the
bench.
Whole time.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, a lot of these places that you're talking about, yeah, you got to have a sp on you. Like, you're not supposed to be smoking indoors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to like the dance hall clubs and different things like that rule is just completely out the door, man.
Yeah, man. Now you're not gonna let me run my on here.
Because the audience almost expects it. It's almost like an entitlement. It's like, yo, we're here. We're at your establishment. Like, yo, I'm a barks this. Like,
yeah, nobody ever says like, oh, well, come on, guys. All right, no smoking rule. Nobody ever enforces it in a dance hall.
No, they do, fam. The DJ will get on the mic and be like, yo, no smoking inside. Go on the patio. A few minutes will pass and everyone's smoking inside again. It's just like, at that point, you just got to go with it.
The futile effort. Yeah. I got a pre-topic for us here, man. We got to start with Kanye. Are we done? Don't look at me because I thought about you when I wrote this topic down. You know what? Let me load up my sound effects. Let me make sure my sound effects are all loaded up.
Oh my gosh!
I thought about you when I put this topic together, Dusty.
Thank you. But why?
Why? Because you've been a staunch Kanye supporter.
Let me put on my tinfoil sunglasses for this one.
My question is, are we done with Kanye now, right? And I'm talking about like everybody has moved the goalpost for him. This is the reason why he's saying this. This is the reason why he's done this.
Yeah.
You know, there's an ulterior motive and a reason in the end of the day for us to realize why he's really getting this shit off. The little sign around his neck that I'm not want to say on YouTube. You know, it's because of the Jews. Everything has a reason. Is there a reason for this? I guess the volume on?
Are you dancing to it? No. You better not be dancing to this.
We love hip hop. We love hip hop.
Justify it.
He pretending to be gay. He choosing to be gay. He found a place and time to be gay. People are picking and choosing now when to be gay. I'm telling you this. He just woke up that morning and was like, hey, I'm going to be gay today.
Well, he says in the song, it doesn't mean that he's gay. You know
I get you, but I'm going to tell you guys a gay story today.
Holy shit.
So you think it's all fictional?
Damn right. Because if you play... Damn right. And I'm gonna show you why, right? Because I'm a critical thinker, but I think outside the box, but plus inside the box to make you think outside the box. Okay?
I'm waiting for this gay story, but let's go.
No. I don't got no gay story.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. He's picking and choosing when to be gay. But if you look at the time when he went to Academics interview, Academics unfolded him. If you really take him in, but when he seen Academics come to the room, he was normal, yay. Yeah, he went and said, hold on one second, like Mr. Dressup. Came back in a flipping suit. So what are we choosing right now? To be a man at this moment, or to be this? So I'm telling you, he's playing a role. Then after, you know what I'm saying? Like
He's playing gay.
He playing game.
He's playing their game because that's what they'd be promoting and stuff.
Guys.
So.
Come on, bro.
Okay, that's a possibility.
Let me show you guys something. Guys got to think inside the box and think outside the box.
He just said he sucked his cousin's dick.
Yeah.
He's playing 4D chess over here.
Right?
No,
It was only 6 yeyears.
Right? No. Like,
No, 8 years. My bad. Because
Okay.
it was from I think age to 15.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the thing. I've never personally chilled with Kanye, but maybe we should ask Top 5 because I'm gonna be real. Because like there's some no, not in a negative.
We started off hot.
Not in a negative way, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to
I was crying. That was a crazy sound effect. Oh God.
I'll play
You
it.
get me though, right?
Yeah.
You get me now, right? Are you guys getting my drift, right? Am I sounding crazy?
I think it's a possibility.
No, I'm telling you this because I'm reading it, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, I'm like, oh, he chose to be gay today.
But how would that mess with the powers that be? Like, if anything, that's affecting his own reputation.
Okay, let me show you something. Justin Bieber is not gay; he's married, right? What are they doing to him right now in the media?
He crazy.
He's crazy. His wife is cheating on him. She didn't go to this party, so that means blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an agenda to I don't want to go into it. Another person that came up on the news this week because I don't know if you have them on our shit yet, but I'm saying like with the attack
Targeted.
So now, if I'm crazy already, I'm gay already, and I'm this already.
So hold on. I don't want. Hold your thought.
Yeah.
So he's gay though.
No. I don't think he's gay because he's choosing when to be gay. He's choosing to be gay today.
So you don't think it's possible that he's talking about some sexual trauma that he went through, and maybe this is his way of healing?
Okay, very much so too. But then the flip side of it is because I watched him in the academics interview, and I was like, oh, you switching up the planes now. You're attacking while you're being attacked. So he's playing offense and then he's playing defense.
Okay, I could see what you're saying. It's kind of like he's taking control of his own narrative. It's like, while the media's saying this about me, guess what? I just did this 8 years.
That's not hard
of my
for
life.
me to go into a studio and start making up. I just no, but I don't want to repeat it. But it's not hard to do that,
fam. I don't know, man. I don't know any heterosexual man
who's gonna do that.
Who's gonna lie about giving head for multiple years
when they're a kid
for an ulterior a kid.
Yes,
for an ulterior motive. In the end of the day,
yes,
for to switch the power structure.
Kanye is still trying to sell music, and he's stooping so low that he will go this route. That's what I am saying, guys. Step to it now, because I'm telling you, there's no other way he can sell music.
Look at my caption. Bop is Ye gay for this.
Yeah, is crazy. Yeah, but there's no other way he can sell music. That's all I'm saying right now.
So he got to play gay games. He got to play.
How is that gonna affect his music sales if a lot of the black community is not necessarily the coolest with that? So
no, it's not.
But people have been pretty accepting of this.
Thank you very damn much.
Well, where's Lil Nas X right now?
Lil Nas X is probably about to drop another album that's going to shock the world.
No. He's been.
Why don't you go look? I'm not a fan.
I know where he is right now.
But that's the difference. Lil Nas X was a gay artist. Kanye is not saying he's a gay artist. He's saying when I was younger,
he did some gay shit.
Yeah. But I'm saying
for
he's picking
a lot of years.
But
and then Jeffree Star.
But then he sold a song. Now he put out a song about it.
He put out a song on Twitter.
But is this a serious song? Like he's not promoting it to Billboard.
I don't know.
It's not going to be on the radio.
Nobody knows where to find his music.
I don't know that, right? Like I don't know that personally. But I'm trying to say, all I can see is this is his way of selling music.
Are we bumping this music?
Me? Hell no.
So then who is he making it for?
People who gave their cousin head.
Yeah.
Who can relate to the bars.
Yeah. And that kid that's probably going through the same thing right now and is in his shell and can't come out.
Okay, here's what I think. Because I'm letting y'all cook, right?
Yeah.
The theories are flying all over the place.
Like crazy.
Right? I think Kanye is starving for attention.
Okay.
And he's gay.
Okay.
Like two things are true.
Okay.
He's always starving for attention. Everything that he does, he's usually starving for attention.
Yeah.
But this is his way of letting the people know all of that weird shit that I've been doing in the past, all those different things that people have said about me. Iggy Azalea saying that he likes fingers in his butt. And
and he lets to know about other men's penises and stuff like that.
All that weird shit that he's been accused of over the years.
Yeah.
All of that hyper masculine, calling everybody F words that rhyme with maggot.
Yeah.
It's because he's gay.
Okay. Granted, it's probably been lingering in the back of his mind for so long, and this is his way of getting it out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he says in the song, he's not gay. He's saying that happened. And also, just to give some context with the cousin is doing time for killing a pregnant lady.
A few years after Kanye stopped blowing him.
Exactly.
That's gay.
Well,
his cousin's gay.
Like a gay crash out?
His cousin, yeah. How are you going to kill a pregnant woman? Why? He's gay.
But it was, he felt that. He says in the thing, like, he feels that from exposing his cousin to, like, adult material, like super young and all that, and all the things that happened, I guess, traumatized him and sent him off the deep end to where he is now, and he feels guilty for that. However, it's like, bro, you're using your cousin, one, to get your shit off, but you're also letting people know you're gay and then trying to take it back. Like, yeah, that happened. Gave head. He gave head for like friggin' 8 years, but he ain't gay. Nigga, you gay.
I think he's hypersexual. Like, if that's the case.
Hypersexual.
He's hypersexual, bisexual.
Like a Diddy.
Because they still have kids. They watch, they get hyper, they do drugs, then they be like, I'll just F anything. Like, anything comes into my way, it's getting screwed. You know what I'm saying?
So they're trisexual.
Yeah, like they're trisexual, bisexual, hypersexual human beings. Let's just say that. So now he's stuck in between this he goes around the corner and probably sees shadows, dog. Every time he has sex, he probably doesn't see the woman, he's seeing a man. Like, who knows, right? So these are things like they this is where they win in psychological.
Who's they?
The people who invented the system of psychological teachings.
But this is before Kanye was in the music industry. Like, this is just him as a kid in Chicago.
But I think most I'll be real, most artists are probably gay.
In the industry.
And have some type of gay tendencies.
Well, I heard they got to do some gay-ish, but we don't know. That's like conspiracy
some of them
land,
could be willingly wanting to do it because they were already doing it. But it's not to pick on who is that, and that's your sexual preference. I'm just saying it's a lot of people choosing when to be gay now. So are you really gay?
So they're gay. That's that whole saying, gay for pay.
Gay for pay, right? Because I'm like, boom, I wasn't caring about his allegations about him getting his fingers in the butt, by Iggy Azalea. I didn't care. But now, as soon as he came outside with a gay suit on, and then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, this comes out, I'm like, oh, okay, he has an album dropping.
So you're saying the timing of this revelation is kind of sketchy, where it's like, why are you singing now? Like, right before your album, few weeks after you have this black suit or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, you're picking and choosing when to be it. You know what I mean? And then everybody has seen you flaunting with women naked and everywhere around. So all I can say is you're a hypersexual person. If it is true what you went through, you're a hypersexual person now because of these things, right? But if this is not true, and you are playing gay games, you're playing gay games. So he's opening up probably a wormhole that's gonna be like, yo, his next project, he's gonna have some of the biggest gay influencers on it, but that's what's going to attract music for his music to be more captivating. He's trying to leave hip hop alone.
Hold on, I got you.
Yeah,
Turk. This guy's name is Turk.
You know, one of the things that came out years later.
From Cash Money.
Turk.
From Cash Money, bro.
The original Turk.
That's the real Turk.
Gay game. That's what they call it, gay game. Penitentiary
gay games.
Game that they play with their home. You know what I'm saying?
You play gay games.
Niggas not gonna mention it. They not gonna say it because of social media, and they'll try to act like they gangster or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But every nigga might be like, damn, bitch, you sexy today, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be doing shit like that. But to me, it's not no, you know what I'm saying? When you know your sexual preference, bro, it's like, you know, What the fuck? You feel me? But like I say,
you know what's crazy? I thought only white dudes played gay games. I didn't know black people did it too.
No, they play for real gay games. Like,
it's not even a game with y'all.
Nah, we try to
it's for keeps.
It's for keeps. We gonna you. Sorry, not to say it like that, but like that's how because we're very hypersexual people. The black community, we wind up on girls. Like, you know what I mean?
It's more like aggressive with.
You've been to a couple black parties lately. You've been to a Pop the Balloon. You see the testosterone in that room. It's
different. It's a different energy.
Let me show y'all something.
Yes.
White boys play gay games.
Yeah.
But when black people play gay games, they ain't playing.
They gay. Dog. They gonna touch you in your ass.
I give the white people the pass.
Yeah.
Like, they might be.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough white boys do like play
games.
Gay games.
Be like, hey, bro.
But when we just have too much different things that if we're gonna play gay games, you're probably gay.
Yeah, we're serious. We're serious. We're chasing you down, gay. You know what I mean?
They're on the DL as they call them. You know
no, these ones are out in the open gay. Black guys, if they're gay, they're gay. They're gay. You know. No, really? You know. Yo, I've seen. Okay, you want me to show you something? One time I seen a gay guy slap the shit out of like a masculine man before. And pepper sprayed him too. Mm-hmm. Pepper sprayed him and slapped the shit out of
still a man.
But you're saying there's no like non-obvious gay black dudes, like every gay black dude, it's obvious, or at least for you, you're able to identify it right away. Some of them, it's this guy just seems like a G, and it just so happens that you know.
There's a couple. I don't want to say names, right? BTS, but yeah, there are dudes that you know what I mean. You wouldn't suspect.
They fly under the radar, the gaydar.
Oh yeah, or there's a lot of rappers out here who would Transformers.
Yeah, but you would actually like you if you catch them in certain places around the city, like at nightlife, you'll know. They might not see you, but then it's like, what are you doing there? You know what I'm saying?
You need to have an alibi.
You better have your alibi. You better be rolling up with a bad bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, man, salute to Kanye.
Came to grab a bite. What are you talking about? It's like,
what? I'm just walking by.
Oh, actually, I don't know about salute to Kanye, but let's start off the show, man. Yeah, no, salute to Kanye, man.
Salute.
We're down. We love everybody, man. How dare he talk about a legend from the 6?
I know.
Jeez.
Wow.
Salute to the game, man.
Yeah, I know.
And to Kanye, man, with his gay ass. Oh.
Playing gay games. He playing gay games.
Oh, man. Let's get it popping, man. We are Box, the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most toast, Friday Ricky Dread, aka Mixie Rick, aka Podcast Poppy, man. We back at it, man. We over here, episode 571, B3 Studios. We got over here the Turkish exchange student. Oh shit. You might see him at your local dance hall.
Outside. Bubbling. At Fusion Lounge or Twilight.
You might see him outside.
Outside.
Right?
Definitely outside.
We got DJ Czar in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's like guy.
DJ Czar. A.K. Burl Sound, A.K. Young Shawarma, back at it like a crack addict.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We outside the big 3 back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
just
sir.
Dusty's pit.
And well, speaking of, we got back over here, you know what I'm saying? The embodiment of hip hop.
Sometimes.
You might see him over in the trench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. That's for real.
No. Building big businesses,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur.
For sure.
Artist.
Yeah.
Mover and shaker.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Wallace in the motherfucking building. Let's go.
Bada bing. Bada bing. Bada boom. The baddest guy in the room.
Jeez.
What's poppin', gang? How y'all feeling, man?
Just chilling like a villain.
Okay.
I've been all right, man. I can't keep up with my young self in terms of going out 2 nights in a row.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
trying to be outside, guys. I'm trying to connect with the people, enjoy myself.
You have to connect.
Learn about the culture, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I really be going to these events as an outsider. Like, these are, like, kind of new for me. So I'm learning. And shout out to everyone who's, been very inviting and warm to me, never made me feel weird.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, the white dude in the room.
I was getting love in these streets out here, man.
It's nice. It helps to be on this pod, I guess.
Yeah. Outside, man.
You're good. You're good.
Before we start off, though, let me give a quick salute to the sponsors. I want to give a quick salute to Canna Cans and Diamond Club. Diamond Club is the carrier of Canna Cans. You know what I'm saying? They got the best piff in the GTA, as well as pens, edibles, anything that you need. You can get same-day delivery in Toronto, and you can get the package sent across Canada. All right, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page. That's CannaCans_Canada 1, or you can find them on Diamond Club _Canada 2.0. Hit them up on their on their website. Use the code welovehiphop and get yourself a fat discount. You know what I mean? For my people in Ottawa, I want to give a big salute to Only Loud, all right? If you want same-day delivery of some piffity piff in Ottawa and also same-day delivery over here in the GTA, hit up Only Loud. They got a bunch of different legacy blends as well as their own personal blend under their umbrella, all right? Make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page. That's Only Loud Canada. And you could also find them on their Snapchat, onlyloud.ca. Gentlemen, I think we got a lot of topics to get to. You know what I'm saying? We got the formalities off of the top. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, man. I got topics, man.
All right, let's get into it.
I was playing some Ye in the beginning, and I see now that Top 5 and Ye are now friends again. There's like a stream or Ye was on Twitch. He's a streamer now. Hold on, let's unpack this first. All right, Top 5 and Ye, they got on stream together, I guess, or he called Top 5 while he was on stream. But before we get to him calling Top 5, what's up with Ye being a streamer?
I think maybe he took a page out of Drake's book, but he's kind of taking it to another level. Like, he's being very transparent. He's pretty much bringing his Twitter to a live stream. And I think it works for Kanye because he has these like spurs of consciousness. So the stream allows him to get it off in real time in the most authentic manner, you know?
I think he got banned off Twitch already.
Really? Wow. I'm not
after that
surprised.
stream.
Yeah, because he called his baby mom's an assistant.
Oh, no.
But she was an assistant.
I know, and I was like, bop, bop, as soon as he said it.
That clip is going crazy,
He's like, I should have been with Paris Hilton. Right now I'd have some hotels.
Yeah.
And it was like a nudge to me, like, oh, did you have her butt naked too? Kanye?
Was that an option?
Was that an option? Yeah.
Well, remember when Paris Hilton was hot, Kanye was like scorching hot. This is Kanye in the beginning of his career.
But was Paris Hilton, I feel like all her public relationships have been with white dudes. Like, maybe she'd be messing with black dudes on the side or whatever, but like,
can't make daddy find that out. You lose.
There was too much on that name. But because like she had a sex tape, and I think it was with a white dude. She had a bunch.
Yeah.
But that got erased.
No, I can find it.
No, but you get what I mean. Like, that got swept under the rug because some white dude.
Her reputation was
You're saying if it was a black dude, it would have been Hilton would have went bankrupt.
Kardashian and Ray J. Like,
but that helped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you're that, think about it like this. You got buffers, you got people. They find out, okay, daddy find out, Mr. Hilton find out you with some black dude from the projects. You're out of the will.
You're getting cut out, eh?
Yeah.
You're out of the will, Bill.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, no inheritance for you, man.
No inheritance,
you can't be out here getting donkey fucked by Ray and
Ray and
all them Tyrone and them. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm trying to think, even if her father approved of like Kanye West, he's just too sporadic for the brand name. You know, he's just a liability.
Like Bush don't like black people.
That's when he was around them times. But like, not to get too sidetracked, he's streaming now in 2025, right? Yeah. And he said a lot of stuff on that stream. You know what I'm saying? But he's called Top 5. That's his brethren.
Was Paris Hilton's assistant. I said I had babies with Paris Hilton over Kim Kardashian. Because could you imagine if I had kids with Paris Hilton, how many hotels I have now? you get what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that. The Hilton. You know, the Hilton shit. Because I think y'all staying in the Hilton.
Five's hyping him up too.
Right now. The fucking Edition Hotels is a Hilton. You know what I'm saying? And Paris Hilton had the vision, and then that's what happened. Kim was like the Virgil. Kim was like Paris Hilton's Virgil. And that's what happened. If you like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you have a kid with a nanny, the nanny only power is to take your kids. So Kim's only power is to take my kids. I had a baby with a fucking assistant, bro. And
Okay,
Yo,
let's stop for a second. Yeah, I'm not denying what he's saying.
Yeah,
but salute to Top 5.
Yeah,
I feel like he would have said this if anybody was on the phone. This is what Kanye says.
Yeah.
He has that on a loop. He just repeats the same talking points over and over again all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Top 5 probably looked at his phone like,
yeah, like what is the deal with it? Like,
are we cutting the track or not?
And after what we just spoke about, I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Yeah,
and I have a question for you guys.
Trust me, the world's watching.
Yeah.
The world's watching. I'm gonna tell all my fans to come watch right now. All the Canadians.
We gotta connect all the strings, because that's how we're gonna take the power away from the old system. Like the system, they scared of TikTok, right? What I love, Lucian,
I have friends like this.
I feel like any of us could be friends with Kanye.
I have friends like
this.
this.
Just have to be a good listener.
I have real friends like this. Yo, man, let have this.
But regardless, you know me. I deserve every fucking Grammy. I mean, even though I never won a Grammy against a white person, but I deserve every Grammy that I got.
That's a big claim.
Tell me a Kendrick song. It ain't nothing. It ain't about Kendrick. It ain't about Virgil. It ain't about none of this shit. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit, nigga. I've never.
Why is he treating like Top 5 like Joe Rogan, like as if Top 5 just asked the most profound question and now he's getting his shit off?
An assistant. You know what I'm saying?
He probably said hi.
Yo, stay on that line.
You gotta understand.
Yeah.
I bet keep letting them talk.
Yeah, but I'm saying like these rants are unprovoked. Like I don't think Top 5 was like, so tell me what you've been going through. What's the state of the culture right now?
No.
He just said hello.
And it's like you know when they say don't make eye contact with someone who's crazy.
Yeah,
that was it. Sorry, Top. You made eye contact. That was it. He was on you.
Yeah, because this is 7 minutes long, and I'm not going to play the whole 7 minutes. But he goes on these rants, and like again, I'll say salute to 5, but like whoever gets him on the phone is getting this rant.
You never, but see, that's the thing. And I'm just in my head, I'm like, 5, he's gonna switch on you in like probably like a month. You remember he has these outbursts, bro.
He switched on everybody.
He switched on his baby mom just right now, bro.
He was dissing Quentin Miller in one of these clips.
So
and Quentin Miller, salute to him. He was just over there in Japan making music with him.
As soon as Kanye realizes there's no, what's his name? Hanzo following him anymore. 5, he's gonna switch. and Drake told you so. I know Drake told you so.
I played the game in the beginning of this, or the collabos with him in the game, because there's still issues going on with that too, right? Just a little bit of BTS, like those Maybachs.
Which ones?
The one that Kanye, there's 2 Maybachs that he said he gave to the game. Right? Apparently those are not gifts, man. Those are like just cards that he left at the game's crib or some shit like that. I don't know exactly the real story.
So now Kanye's like, yo, I want them back?
Yeah, it wasn't like, yo, I gave you those cards, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some Indian giving thing.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's a little bit mixed up, because I'm gonna ask a mixy question, because there's the whole thing that's been going on with Top 5 and the Wassas as well, right?
Okay.
How he's beefing with them because of their allegiance with EXO.
Discover Cans, where quality meets innovation. With over 24 premium strains, each carefully sealed in our signature cans for maximum freshness. We're redefining the cannabis experience. Trusted Canada-wide for consistency and reliability. We deliver the product you deserve. Elevate your expectations and explore the difference with Cans. You can find Cans on Instagram at @Cans_Canada, or you can find them on the Diamond Club page, DiamondClub_Ontario. Make sure to use the code WeLoveHipHop on the way out and get yourself a little discount. Salute to the sponsors. Cheer! Or maybe just them rolling with the EXO guys in those few clips, right? But he's there rolling with Ye.
He's not rolling with Ye.
We're not rolling with Ye, but he's talking to Ye, yo, you know, let's do some plans. Well, you know what I'm saying? These guys he's tweeting about him, you know, collabing and all that. World War III album coming out soon and all that, like helping the man or promoting him. But he's also down with Drake. Isn't there a double standard there?
No, because he loves Drake. He wants Drake at his funeral.
Who, Kanye?
Yeah. He loves Drake again. So if he's gonna show love
again,
hey man, it's like they're friends, bro. They fall in and out of their bromances.
No. I think that's your opinion. I think Kanye falls in and out and Drake just stays the same. He's just like, I don't like this guy.
Anymore. Don't meet your hero. Don't meet your hero kind of effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I get it.
You don't think it's a double standard for him to be mad at those guys, but then he's rolling with Drake's op?
He's not rolling with him though.
Or not rolling with him, but you know what I mean.
No.
Well, I feel like Drake probably has an awareness about Top 5 and
Very much
Kanye
so.
West, so there's an involvement, so it's not really treasonous in that same manner.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like the BFR thing, if it's real, because a lot of people are saying it's a publicity stunt, I'm not sure. But if it is real, it probably was without the knowledge of OVO's camp and Drake. So then it kind of seemed like, yo, why are you with these guys?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, they were in Dubai, right?
Yes.
So even just like from a traveler perspective, if you're from Toronto and you go to Dubai and you see people from Toronto, let alone people you have mutual friends with, it's probably not all like just like beef and ops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure like they have mutual friends and stuff. And it's like naturally you guys are going to like gravitate towards each other because you're in a foreign place. That's kind of what I think. I don't know if they were doing business or if it was like calculated where it's like, yo, let's get close to BFR to piss off OVO. Like there's so many different angles.
Yeah.
If I was Top 5 though, I wouldn't really care.
Talk to me.
Look who you, okay. BTS behind the scenes, what we spoke about. But look who you're hanging with. Look who I'm on the phone with.
Yeah, there's levels to it, I guess.
Levels to it. He should be like, what? Next day I woke up. You're on the phone with Ye. You were mad about them hanging out with. And then the next day you're on the phone with Ye. I don't went to sleep at night feeling real good. Real good about myself.
But what if these guys are your actual friends and now you're questioning the credibility?
I'm going to question it because I'm going to be like, yo, we have a set plan to do this. Like, you guys could have all, like, Ye could have now been like, yo, shout out Pressa. Because Top 5 would have been like, yo, shout out my homie Bundog, dog. Shout out my guys. Yo, what?
Yo, bump Pressa.
Bump Pressa. What are you doing? Boom. You're disaligning the thing, dog. So if I was 5, I'd be like, yeah, all right, watch this play. We're playing chess out here, not checkers. I'm gonna whoop you guys by this move if we're gonna have a little friendly competition.
Yes, but then it still correlates back to people who Drake don't mess with. Like, yes, even if Top 5 was to say, all right, like if him and the Wassas were cool at this moment in time, and he's like, yo, Ye, bump some Pressa and all that, and then he's like, yo, I like Top 5 and I like Pressa and I like all these guys. They're still all running with people who's on quote unquote op of Drake.
Okay, let me show you something now. I think our Toronto guys are the most grimiest guys on the face of this earth. I don't even want to give you guys the idea of what's going on. They're gonna be mad at me and you for that one. What I want to say, bro.
Say it.
What I want to say, bro. Sounds devilic. But I think Hanzo's still on Ye's ass. Drake sent 5 on Ye's ass because he couldn't get Kendrick when he's like, I'm looking for Kendrick. Who's now you're falling into the lap of 5. Okay, we'll get this guy first. And I don't want to go too deep into the EXO thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go too deep. But I can see Dog hanging one of those EXO guys upside down.
Yikes. Okay, yeah, let's back out.
Thank you. That's what I think. I think it's like that. Like you're saying, oh, they're hanging with us, and I'm like, bro, it seems like it, but I think someone's gonna get punched in their nose.
Okay, next Mixie question then. Okay. I got a next Mixie one that won't get us into some shit. All right. I said AKA Mixie Rick today, right? Remember we were talking about all the gay games and whatever, right?
Gay games.
This guy, Ye, just made a whole song talking about how he gave his cousin head for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'm on a bad man. Toronto mans, especially, we're bad man. You know what I'm saying? You don't deal with them type of business, right?
Yeah.
Respectfully to y'all people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we moved the goalpost again. Why is it cool for 5 to be talking to this guy? He just made a song about giving his cousin head.
I think Kanye is the sole exception to this rule that has been applied because he fully admitted that he did what he did. And like for maybe 1 or 2 days, it was like, yo, like everyone just making jokes and like whatever. But like, it doesn't discredit everything he's done. It doesn't discredit, I'm not going to say everything he stands for, but he stands for certain things that a lot of people are universally aligned with in terms of
college dropout.
He made graduation, but he can't graduation his way out of this one. No, but I feel like because he owned the narrative, it was on his terms. It's not like it came out that like
he didn't get outed.
He outed himself, so he reclaimed all that power. So I guess the community or his audience or whatever was like, okay, yeah, he talked about his childhood sexual trauma, but like he's still he's still leading the charge against this industry, so to speak.
Right.
You know?
Let me hear your thoughts here, Dusty, because go.
Wyoming. He's always hanging with that makeup artist, dude, girl, / blah, 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 blah. Right? Maybe that was going to come out.
Well, I'm talking about with top 5.
Oh, but there could be bad man, Batman.
Well,
I'm not calling 5-1, but I'm saying there could be bad man, Batman. So you're gonna be kind of like some of the baddest men in the world have personal other things going on.
Yes, but
life.
is it like, okay, let me see if I can restructure this question. For example, like if it was some Toronto rapper that made a song like that, like, you know, and listen, salute to you 5, if you see this, you know he wouldn't let it go. He would be on this guy's head top making bare jokes about him.
There is
memes.
one. It's different. There is a couple.
But let me land. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If he found out some Toronto rapper and he wanted to expose them, he's going to be on their head, fam. He's going to be dissing them, da-da-da-da. How does Kanye get the pass? You just literally made a song saying, yo, 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 and then mans are like, yeah, don't even worry about that, fam. So what are we doing next?
As I said, people are picking and choosing when to be gay now,
or they're picking and choosing when we're homophobic or not.
To be homophobic. Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever heard?
Okay, yeah, I get it, but I'm still like, I still feel like 5 will know that this guy is playing gay games.
I think we'll justify it because it's Ye.
That's what it is. Have you ever heard the quote, I never met a dollar I didn't like? I feel like it's somehow connected to, you know what? If he can give me clout, like, okay, if Top 5 was just on the phone for hours with some random gay dude in Toronto, people would be like, what the hell? But if you're on the phone with a billionaire CEO who happens to do that type of stuff, like, it's motion from a business perspective, you know? So obviously it's pick and choose.
Yeah, because in other circumstances, he'd be like, yo, fam, I've heard 5 use the word that rhymes with maggot multiple times.
Yeah.
He's not using it on the phone with Ye right now.
Not yet, until Ye decides to turn on him in a couple weeks.
Yeah, then it's coming out.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So I think 5 is sitting there with a smile on his face with the Birdman. What do you call it? The hand to the palm shit, and with this in his back pocket.
Yeah,
there's something waiting for him in his back pocket. Because I'm telling you, Ye is like night and day. Tomorrow morning he might wake up and you see a FUCK to Top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that stream say some weird shit, and I didn't want to have sex with you anyways.
What?
Some wild shit. That's what we'll get now. 5 like, boom. What? I had this in my back pocket whole time. Boom, 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 boom. So I understand it where he's picking and choosing, but I'm just saying I know for a fact that he's actually picking and choosing when to be gay.
For Kanye.
Kanye,
yes.
So that's why, as if I was 5, I'd be like, oh, okay, he ain't choosing to be gay right now with me.
Well,
so let me do my thing, like let me get my clout on. But the minute he puts me in any tweet with peaches, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
eggplants and all that. Hey, that's when it's on like Donkey Kong, and that's when that you know what I'm trying to say? I feel that. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I don't feel like Kanye really came out as gay. He just said what he did when he was younger, but he's still maintaining his heterosexuality.
He says in the song, like, he's not.
He's not gay.
There's like I didn't play the whole thing, but like a few bars later, he's like, yo, I hope that these guys, think that I'm, don't think that I am because of whatever. I'm paraphrasing,
but
right?
Jeffree Star, a famous transgender, I don't know what
makeup artist
he does. Yeah. So
makeup artist.
Yeah. So is that the makeup artist from Wyoming?
Wyoming. Yes.
That's Jeffree Star?
Yes. He hangs bangs and everything with him.
Allegedly. Let's do allegedly.
Well, Epstein, Jeffree Star said that the rumors were true with Kanye.
Yes.
So with all that being said, I'm not excusing homophobia. I'm not saying like, hey, come on, man, like you should be homophobic with Kanye too. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why are you picking and choosing when you want to be homophobic? Because the man has $1 billion in opportunities.
Well, I think so. I think it's the same thing.
That's bad.
But any type of xenophobia, it's like excused when there's money involved. Like you can meet the most racist white person who maybe feels a certain way about black people, but the moment they see a financial opportunity, all of a sudden, like, yeah, I'll work with him. But he wouldn't work with a guy who's not going to make him $10 million. He wouldn't even look at him or talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example. So I think it's all about money and clout at this point, and you got to be smart. Like, you can't, I guess, like, homophobia your way out of opportunities, because the more money you make, not like them type opportunities where it's like sexual.
Salute to the baby.
No, but when you meet rich people, like a lot of them happen to be that way. So if it's like, you know, just be respectful, you know what I'm saying? Obviously maintain your own integrity. Like, don't do something against your own moral values. Yeah. But don't just be like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him because that's his lifestyle. It's like, fam, you could have made so much money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You said that and it immediately made me think of the baby, because he had his little rant on the stage and that cost him millions of dollars, man.
Until 50 says it, then we could believe it. If 50 comes out tomorrow morning and be like, Kanye is this, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he didn't get up on 50's Instagram feed for that, surprisingly enough. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been on Joe Budden, all other people, and he's like, Kanye literally said he gave his cousin head, and the man never reposted
50 hasn't got him yet. Why?
And they had a whole competition for record sales and everything.
Because 50 knows that what's going on.
So you think he's playing, that Kanye's also playing gay games?
Yep. I know for a fact. This is industry shit. Like, this is a gay game. This is for him to sell music. This is because there's no way to sell music. I'm sorry for all the kids out there trying to sell music. It's hard, right? So a lot of things have to be endorsed in certain ways. So he might need the rainbow to endorse this album. Someone from that community to endorse that album.
But at that point, it's either Kanye is part of the psyop, where like he's working with the system that he claims to be against, if he's like using it like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either that or like he really just wanted to get it off his chest. You know what I'm saying? And I do think Kanye's reputation is built upon like his honesty, like his raw honesty.
Yeah.
So I feel like if it was figured to be a lie, that he's like, oh, I made up this whole like sexual trauma I had as a kid just to make album sales, like, or streams or whatever.
It kills his credibility.
It would. And I feel like he wouldn't even do that to himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, listen, man, I don't want to get too sidetracked into a gay wormhole.
Hey, yo, gay holes. What do you... Next topic.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out Only Loud. Shout out Canna Cans. Shout out something.
Yeah.
Diamond Club.
Listen,
I think it needs to. Yeah.
I just wanted to put some thoughts into the universe on like I get allegiances and like making sure that you have some good networking and connections.
Yeah.
But like I also understand picking and choosing. Yep. When to be, oh, I don't like these guys, or ha ha ha, until it's yay. That's all I want, and we can leave it. All right. Because we got other freaky niggas to get to. Pause. This is a pause.
Pausing.
This is a pause heavy episode.
That's what you need to name this one.
Pause.
Bumba Wallahi, that's a pause. Bumba Wallahi.
Oh man, I never liked the dollar I didn't like, but
okay, that was good. That one's good.
That was
Wallahi Clot.
Well, okay. On to other freaky people in the game.
Oh man.
The Shannon Sharp thing.
Yeah.
Your boy.
I don't need to play all of the stuff. Everybody's already been eating off of the whole story and all the details. I'm sure anybody who's watching this knows the details. He smashed he picked up the girl in the gym at 19, and then she sued him at 21. All right? And here we are. He's 56, she's 21. I want to ask you, and at least an update for maybe people who didn't know, he left ESPN.
Yeah. He'll be back though.
He said he'll be back in the preseason of football.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that first. Do you think ESPN, you think that's happening?
Of course.
You're out of here, broski.
Nope. Out of here.
Nope.
No, because you know what? It's Disney and ESPN.
Yeah.
And they're saying he left. I'm pretty sure that wasn't without their influence. And I feel like that's the problem with the allegations, is just the headline alone is enough to force their hand and be like, look, we can't associate with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. This is, to me, the most obvious attempt. You know how there's always that theory that, like, whenever a black man gets to a certain success level, they throw up this. This is the most obvious one, though. Sometimes, like, they'll throw, like, Michael Jackson. They'll throw, like, evidence that's like, okay, maybe you feel like it's one way or the other. This one, it's like, clearly they had some type of, like, BDSM type of relationship. This girl's born in like 04, fam. 03, 04. Like, bro, 05. Even I wouldn't even mess with that. You know what I'm saying? As a 95 myself.
Yeah.
You're 50. And like, this girl looks like she had this scheme the whole time. And I'm not discrediting her account because maybe he did overstep. Maybe he did do something that was illegal or whatever. I'm not saying he didn't.
You're right.
But to me, it's like based on the motion he's having, based on like, he has his own film production crew and stuff. Like, he's kind of expanding independently of ESPN and Disney.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you want to like bring up this 2-year thing that you had with him.
He's about to sign $100 million deal.
He was about to sign another deal with the Volume. Here's the thing. It's not this now. This suit has been looming in the background for a while, and now it's come to the public.
Yeah.
Remember from what the guy Tony Busby said, the lawyer, he said that there had mediation before. He tried to settle out for $10 million. And she refused. So how long ago have they been mediating this? It could have been a year ago that they've been talking about this. And this has been looming in the background. And now we're going to sue.
I don't know, man. It's so tricky. It's so tricky because based on the evidence I've seen, it just seemed like a freaky relationship. Even the phone calls where he's like, I'm going to choke you. She's like, what if I don't want it? He's like, I'm going to choke you regardless.
Not to interrupt you, though,
maybe that's just how they dirty talk.
But yes, freaky relationship. But why are you offering her $10 million if everything was consensual?
It's just the optics, fam. Like, he's this like hyper masculine D's black dude. She's like this young white girl. Like, he already knows that it's against him. Even if he were to beat it, he knows the corporate sponsors and everyone will look at him differently. Like, it plays into so many like deep-seated stereotypes in American history. So like, he probably was just like, look, like 50 mil is what you guys want. 10 mil is probably what I would end up spending on this over the next few years, plus like a little bit of change for her.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that she said no.
She said no. She refused the 10 mil, and this is where they're at now. They're suing for 50 mil. So for her to say no, for him to offer that, to me is already, and I'm not saying that he's guilty, is innocent until proven guilty, but for him to say, let me give you 10 mil, shut the hell up. What are you even offering her any money for if you ain't done nothing wrong?
To shut the hell up.
For peace, for your own
But you didn't do anything wrong. Shut the hell up about
you did do something wrong. You're with that 19-year-old at the age of 56, my nigga.
But that's not wrong. That's not illegal.
No, but it's wrong, dog. Morally wrong.
It's a bad look.
He knows within his mind you have that's a girl younger than your daughter who's 25.
But fam, all these old,
you're with a girl.
But fam, all these old white CEOs, they do that same thing, fam.
I don't care.
So how come it's not a big deal when they do it?
No, it is.
But it is when Shannon Sharp does it.
We unpacked another conversation I have in brackets here. The acceptable age gap.
No, okay, because here's the thing. I feel like say it's an older white dude and he has a little fine shit who's like 22, 21, whatever. It's just a normal part of the game. No one's like, yo, you need to find a nice white woman to make you friggin' raisin salad when you get home. But for Shannon Sharp, everyone's like, you got to find a nice black woman that's going to rub your feet. Monique was saying all these things. So there's that.
But that's the black and white aspect. What about the age?
The age thing is just obvious. Like, this young girl, first of all, what are you guys talking about? There's like a 40-year gap, 30-year gap. Second of all, like, the motives and the intention and how they were brought up, it's just too different. Obviously, a girl around your age is going to understand your experience more, and even from where you're from. You know what I'm saying? If he had like a solid black woman who was like around his age, he wouldn't have been in this situation.
No, maybe he would have been. He could still have gotten in a domestic,
maybe
or
a little
something,
DV,
a little DV. But this
R word.
No, it's not an R word. It's a money.
No, but she's accusing him of that.
Of R word.
Because she could turn it into that. How many times he's probably choked her and put the shit out of her?
But my whole question is, why is this a civil case and not a criminal if that's her intention is justice?
Embarrassment. Because
there was not enough evidence, maybe?
No. It's probably the embarrassment. Her people know. Her dad is my age. Like, her dad watched Shannon Sharp on TV. Now my daughter's banging Shannon Sharp. What is going on over here?
But
Let's get some money. We got to get some money for this. Refuse to 10. But you know what's going to happen? He's going to spend so much more money in the lawyer that he just got to beat Busby. She might only come out of this with like, if she had got the 10 from lawyer fees alone, she would have came out with $7 million. put that aside in an account, every year she would have made $350K.
Hold on. The lawyer fees are different when it comes to Busby. He's a personal injury lawyer, so you don't get paid until we get paid.
Oh, commission based.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so she would have got. So that's what I'm saying. They could have settled the $10 million that he was giving her. She would have came out with $7 million, and she would have still been good, right? Now he's gonna put up. They're gonna do this for like 2 years. He's gonna put up so much bread. Shannon Sharp's gonna put up so much bread that it's gonna beat out this, and she's gonna get nothing. I bet you.
Can he afford to do 2 years of this? Because
yes, he can.
He's just to start where we started here, right? He's left ESPN right now for a while. He's taking a break, and then he's going to come back during football season. You believe that he will come back?
Yeah,
you say no. I also agree. I don't think he's going to come back.
Oh, he's coming back.
I think that's a way of saying just leave, but a soft exit.
Yeah, like we don't hate you, but like you can't be here with all these allegations.
Like take a break, cool off.
Yeah, and that's
do
the
your
office is a
podcast.
little bit hot right now, but we'll get back to you later. And then they never get back to you. As somebody who's worked in corporate before, I've seen this happen to people.
Very much so. But in this case, he's very popular, right? And in this case, his alliance to ESPN is different, like from the NFL to the, you know what I mean? This is a brotherhood we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you the right motion. Yeah, I'll be back preseason. What else can I talk about this summer with you guys?
But
swimming? Come on, guys. Swimming? I'll come back when it's preseason. I'm gonna fight my case, beat this up, and I'll be back. Right? And that's how I feel. You can bounce back because look how much NFL players flipping, have DVs, have cases, have this, have that to get back in the league, bro.
But that's a different. This is what I was going to mention. It's like he's a journalist right now, right? But he's under the former athlete journalist category. He's not like a Skip Bayless where it's like a specialized journalist. So it's like,
what did Skip Bayless do? What did Skip Bayless do?
He was accused of friggin' trying to pay out, but he didn't lose his job. But
he
Shannon
stepped down too, though.
He stepped down.
He stepped down.
Okay.
But that's the proper thing to do, right? Until everything is cleared. And then when it's clear, and he actually is caught. He on tape. He been in the dressing room like, just cameras in here. Let's go here. Come on, dog. You know what I mean? And he's still on the network.
That's what I'm saying. He's still on the network.
Okay, but it's not because of black and white. It's just that I think Shannon Sharp's smart enough to know that I'm not talking about football this summer. There is no football in the summer. I'll be back in September.
But he talks about basketball. He talks about all sports.
But he has other things he could do. He has a podcast.
Yeah.
And who's to say even that he's going to continuously do his podcast during this time right now? Because you don't want to be doing content that people are hate watching. You know,
or
what
like
I'm saying?
all the comments are like, talk about what happened.
Yeah, talk about what happened. They start ratioing the videos because you're just not really favored right now, so you're getting bare dislikes.
I think he's just not favored because it's a younger woman.
Yeah, and
I don't even think about the white thing.
That, man?
I don't even think about it's a white girl or anything. I think it would have been a 19-year-old black girl. She would have done the same thing to old daddy. Oh, sugar daddy.
Thank you. Because I think a lot of people are really caught up on that. I've seen the Dr. Umar post and all that. But like, if he was smashing a Krishan Rock type, who's like not even 19, like a 24-year-old at his 56-year-old age, ain't nobody want nothing with him. So what? The only reason the girl wants him is because he's there for a lick.
Yeah.
Well, he should have honestly had some NDAs placed as soon as he started the relationship, just based on like his own net worth. But like, I feel like he was infatuated with this idea of like, yo, I got this like young white girl and she's on me and she's like my sex slave and
but
like whatever.
He had other things. Remember, she got mad at him because of the Instagram live that leaked. So it's not like he didn't have a roster. It's not like he's never had a little Becky like that before. I'm sure he's smashed little white girls
in his
before.
career, especially when he's in the NFL. So maybe that's just his cup of tea.
He was in Denver, guys.
Holy,
yeah,
that's
he's probably
all
smashed a bunch of little small cheek mid ass.
Yo, do you feel like for black athletes there should be a protocol in smashing white girls where like there's like a criteria that you're not getting set up? Like, do you feel like the likelihood of getting set up by a non-black female fan?
No, it's not a white girl. Listen, I know the FBA people in the comments will be like, yeah, it is a white person. No, it's not. You're smashing a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl, bro.
Dog.
Yeah.
You're gonna get what you get.
But even like NFL groupies, like forget the OnlyFans thing, like because you're saying he's probably dipped in this pond before. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of groupies become wives. Let's be real. A lot of groupies have become wives.
Or BMs.
She wasn't even a groupie of
She wasn't even a groupie. She was a girl I met.
She probably didn't even know Shannon Sharp from NFL. Like, she knew it from the podcast.
That's not even, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Her dad, TikTok? Her parents know who Shannon Sharp is.
Yeah, she probably don't even. He's not in her algorithm.
Yeah, imagine Shannon Sharp pulls up in front of my house with my daughter. They're coming to pick up my daughter, and I know who Shannon Sharp is. I watch football. I'd be like, bro. What are you doing here to pick up my 19-year-old baby girl, doc?
Imagine he's like, hello, Mr. Simpson. I'm just here to pick up Julia.
Whap. Yeah. Like, you're getting beat up, bro. We're rushing this.
Yeah,
you know
but she's an OF model. She ain't living at home.
Who knows? But what I can feel like from this, you get what you get. But at the end of the day, you should not be messing with a 19-year-old girl at your big age because of the fact you're going to get what you get. So if you woke up that morning with two little niggas with some guns in your mansion, you get what you get.
Yes.
You woke up the next morning with your phone call all over the place, you get what you get because this is an undeveloped girl who's becoming a woman who's going to make some mistakes before she's going to, I'm going to be rude, but not too rude. Women who are that young sometimes have to go through 100 dicks before they know what real dick they want.
Yes, and don't be one of the experiments.
And you're gonna be one of the experiments.
At 56.
Yeah, you're supposed to hit it and quit it. Like he was supposed to like hit that, and his name not even Shannon. He should have been going in with a little disguise and been like, yeah, I'm Marky. You know what I'm saying, girl? You know, I'm 36.
She finds out later, like, oh shit, I was smashing a really famous guy.
Yeah, right? Right? And then there's no trace of you. You've gotten rid of phones. Like, you're supposed to hit it and quit that, bro.
So let me ask you guys a question before we get off of this topic. Yeah. What's the acceptable age gap?
At what? His age?
How old is he?
At any age. Like, okay, so he's 56. So once you start passing, because these age gaps are different, right? Yeah. When you're in your 20s, like early 20s, like if you're smashing a girl who's 19, who cares? You know what I'm saying? You obviously still can't smash anything that's under the 19 or 18 age line.
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. But like if that's your girlfriend from, well, no, you still can't be.
It's just weird.
So if you're 25, you still have your age gap is
to 19 to 20.
6 years.
Yeah.
If you're 35, your age gap grows. Okay, follow me. Now you can smash the 25-year-olds. You could even smash the 20-year-olds. So now you have a 15-year age gap. Now you turn 45. Okay, you can go down to, let's say, 35. Nobody bats an eye. You do 25. People start looking at you kind of side-eyed.
But you can't really say any. That's kind of like the 20-year gap in that instance, like a 25-year-old and a 45-year-old, both consenting parties.
Right.
Like, it might just look weird to some people, but like there's nothing illegal or wrong about that because both are fully like developed, I would say.
Okay, so then you're Leonardo DiCaprio at this point, right? Nobody's really like, they're like, oh, it's
that's just
like,
Leo.
It's just like, yeah, but he's like, he likes to smash the 25-year-olds. Cool. Now, let's go another 10 years. Where am I at? 45?
55.
No, I'm at 45.
45, yeah.
And we're cool until 25. Nobody's giving you the super side eye when you're smashing a 25-year-old. Let's add another 10 years. 55. So you can go down to 35. Nobody's looking at you crazy. That's a 20-year age gap.
Yeah, no one's looking at you.
I feel like even like 28 or 27 isn't like crazy. Yeah. It's weird. Okay, are we talking about smashing or dating?
Bro, you could have kids.
But a one-time smash, like, and both consenting parties, both grown adults, like you can't find anything wrong with that. Okay, let's not say
full dating, but like situationship, casual smashing. You might see them on the town every once in a while, but that's not my girl. But I'm 55 and she's 35, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, she's a grown woman.
Right. But that's a 20-year age gap.
But she's a grown woman.
But you see what I'm saying though? Yeah. Like at 45, that 20-year age gap was like, whoa. But at 55, it's not that bad. But now you take another 10 years down and say, okay, now if he's dating a 25-year-old girl and he's 55, people are going to be like, yo, fam.
You're a grandfather.
But here's the thing, like, I don't see anything wrong with that as long as you understand, like, the premises around this. Like, you are dating this girl for her youth and for sex probably, and maybe her company. She's dating you for your status or your security or whatever. So like, you have to understand that it's not the same genuine relationship.
So there's no love. Like, now everybody who watches you all from the outside says there's no way y'all can have love. Because she's 55 and she's 25.
It depends how rich the 55-year-old is. If he's like a whatever 50, which he probably isn't if he's pulling a 25-year-old, unless he has bare game.
That's another thing. You see, you just mentioned it. Because if you're 55, you can't get no 25-year-old unless you got money.
Or you could be like super good looking and charming, but you would still need some type of like financial security to help your cause. Because why else would a 25-year-old mess with a dude that's that much older, you know?
Because she's been taking older men when she was younger.
But then that's like trauma induced at that point. If she's like, you know, like I've been smashing 40-year-olds since I was 18.
She got daddy issues.
yo. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, that's the angle of it when I see things. If a 25-year-old was with a 55, she's been smashing niggas from, you know what I mean? She was 19. Her first boyfriend was probably
30.
You know,
but when you look at even like our grandparents or great grandparents, like
we've mentioned this
8-10 years, like that's kind of like it's whatever. Those are baby numbers. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like accepted because like I feel like men and women develop at different rates.
No, you're not seeing it though, because like this is how it goes. You have all this money. You're an NFL star. You're a superstar. You've been already divorced, right? You know what marriage is. You know what it is, right? You've been around. You could have caught cases before. You probably beat them like. Got out of that by the hairs of your chinny chin.
Yeah.
At the age of 55, you should be settling down, bro. You're a grandfather. Let's just be real, bro.
But who do you settle down with when you're a multimillionaire and you know every single person knows that?
And you're divorced. Like, so the one that you had, like that one's gone.
Yeah, but
like,
go find another millionaire. Go find it. You have it. You can do it. You can make things happen.
That's a good point.
You could change your life.
You could go find somebody who's on your level monetarily.
Yeah.
But are you going to be attracted to that woman physically, like a 45-year-old like female CEO from like for some pharmaceutical company? Like,
well, then
is that the hottest girl you're going to find they're going to be attracted to every day if you're Shannon Sharp?
You're going to need to be, because at the end of the day, now you're in this position. If you could see the future, if you could prevent certain things, then you won't have to cure it. So I'm just saying, I would have seen this at my big dirty age. I would have been like, yo, what am I doing with these kids right now?
100%.
No, it just sounds weird to be like,
what am I doing around these kids?
I'm hanging out with a 19-year-old, like, and I've heard people say this a million times, but I'm going to say it again. What the hell are you even talking about, fam? Like, you're 19. Like, the person, we speak different slang languages.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
So imagine how weird he is moving. Like, even to pick her up, he was probably just like...
He has to act young, say young shit.
He probably, that's lit.
Hey,
that's lit.
Hey, you ain't driving
you
with me?
got aura.
You ain't driving?
Oh, damn, you got bad aura,
baby, I'm just
What's
driving.
up, chat? What's up, chat?
Oh, baby, I'm just driving. Oh, baby, I'm just driving.
She's like,
you know
driving? What?
Driving? You driving? What? You're going to drive your... in my... You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, I'm telling you this. Bad move. You went for a 19-year-old girl who's not from the projects. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a little project.
No, shorty from the projects would have done him worse.
Yeah, would have lit him up. Set him up.
Salute to Dr. Umar and everybody. If it was a 20-year-old, 19-year-old black girl, same dynamic with him and her and Shannon Sharp, I'm not saying she would have done him worse, but there's chances she might have done him worse.
Whoa.
She might have had the man them over there in the spot tying his ass
that's
up.
What I said. Tied his ass up. We would have seen it on the CNN. Like, Shannon Sharp tied up for the last 8 hours.
Right? So it's like, either way, black girl, white girl, whatever, you're 19, fam. Back away, go to another chick.
Yeah.
From once the kid, I'm going to say kid.
She's a kid.
19 is a kid. His youngest daughter is older than her.
Yeah.
You should feel weird right away.
Okay, but I have a question, right? Like, let's say...
You don't have kids, right?
I don't.
So imagine when I have a 22-year-old daughter. If I was to get out this place right now and see a fat ass just walk down and be like, oh my God, I can't control myself. And then I start talking to this girl and she tell me she's 20, 21. My dude, I don't know what I would do with myself. But I think I would be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? I think I would be a little bit embarrassed. I'd be like, I hope she didn't see me on the pod. Like, I thought, yo, her body looked like could have been 35. But damn, she's 20. What? I'm out. My daughter is older than her.
But I feel like biologically, right? Your instinct is to find her attractive without knowing how old she is, whatever. Like, just if we're in nature, even as an older man, whatever, you see a young, fertile-looking woman that's beautiful, you're gonna be attracted to it. So that's removing like the moral standards we set, where it's like, okay, you're younger than my daughter, so now I feel weird, like from a psychological perspective, but physically, you're probably still thinking she's attractive.
Hot is hot.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'd rather call my little nigga from down the block who's almost her age and be like, yo, I think I found a thing for you, dog. See, she has a mom.
You're better. You're the better man than most, because a lot of mans. Listen, Shannon Sharp's getting in trouble for this, but enough mans are doing this. This
is a normal practice in the whole world.
I know, but I'm Shannon Sharp. I'm Dusty Wallace. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Friday, you're not doing that. Don't do that.
But Leo's doing it.
Leo's doing it.
And it's no issue because the girls are in line. He probably pays them. You pay for discretion at this point.
Yeah.
NDAs. So I don't know why there wasn't any type of NDA set forth by Shannon Sharp. But my question is, say you're like 60 years old, right? You've been divorced twice. You know marriage is not, you're on the last chapter of your life. And you have all this money, and you see some young baddies. You're not trying to smash a 45-year-old at 60.
Smash all the 25-year-olds.
Maybe you want like a 30-year-old or 25-year-old, maybe even 22, 23. Maybe you're at a strip club or something, and then you have the money. Like, I feel like as long as both parties consent, like there isn't anything wrong with it. But once the girl starts accusing you of, you know, no means no and all this stuff, that's why you have to have NDAs, and he has it filmed,
or not do anything that can, like, yes, have the NDA, but also don't do anything that causes the NDA to have to be used.
But fam, there's this another gray area, okay? And I noticed this. Girls like it rougher as the years went by. Like, at first, f***ing was like, you're a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. And then f***ing became normalized. Then it was slapping. Now and it's just like regular. Now these girls be wanting to get snuffed and shit, and then it's like they want it so rough where it's like you could technically be like, he f***ed me. And it's like, yeah, but you wanted me to choke. You know what I'm saying?
It's case sex.
Yeah, so that's why you got to see this weirdo over here wants me to choke her and spit in her mouth. That's crazy, right? You got to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this once or twice, but I'm out.
But that's what I'm saying. Now
that's
it's like,
not technically where maybe your mind you're
not into that. Maybe.
Yo, as the man, you're gonna be into it at that moment. But how many other niggas you've done this with? So I'm already like, you little dirty little scrum.
Well, more times if a girl's into it, it's because she's done it before with the next man, and she's trying to like emulate that, you know,
with the next man.
Yeah. No, but if you do it like you just said, you know, I'll do it once or twice. Got him. Because all it takes is once for her to be a habit and say, yo, he did that to me. He and he spit in my mouth.
Yeah. For sure.
And I didn't consent.
Choking is its own sentence. Like, it's like assault, choking, assault, like whatever.
Yeah. And it could be all consenting in the moment until she says it wasn't. And then you got a case, and now you got to prove it. Even if it's true that you're not wrong, we still have to prove it.
All it takes is she went back home, she looked in the mirror, she seen his handprint, she took the pictures. It's like you still came back to his house the next day, beat his face, everything.
Totally consensual, but I got some proof in case I want to build a case.
Imagine like your honesty, your what is it? Your honor, right? Your honor. I just thought you liked it rough. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
because I'm telling you, the age gap is gonna really mess him up. It's that age gap, bro.
It just looks bad for the jury, and I'm telling you, the optics.
Bro. You know how much men and women who are sitting on that jury who are gonna be like, I have a 19-year-old daughter at home.
Yeah, even if all of that stuff was like a shake, it's obviously he's saying it's a shakedown, but even if it was a shakedown, but with a 35-year-old woman, the jury's not gonna look at it and be like, I got a daughter that's younger than her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when the 19 or now 22 whatever year old walks in, some of those jurors are going to look and be like, I believe her. Even if she's lying, I believe her because look at this girl compared to this guy's age.
Okay, but sorry, go ahead.
She just became legal to drink, even in the whole of America.
I think she just
turned 22.
How old?
Crazy, bro.
How old were those women that Hugh Hefner was messing with when he was in his Playboy era?
Oh, they're probably the same
age, younger the better for these guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how come that never ever came up?
If you look at the wives he had. And I've looked over the documentary.
He was married,
and he waited. He always waited. He always waited. He a lot of them, yes, but he waited. He waited.
Yeah.
See, Shannon's not a smart player because he's so used to. He has so much money, he forgot how to play the game. I could have had all that money and played that little white girl into an oblivion. She would have never told on me because it would have been one of those like, hey, let's go. You tap in. You would have to be like, let's go on the date. He probably was just coming around the corner and be like, hey, Mama G,
let me choke you.
Let me choke you. Hey, you look so good, girl. Every time I seen you at the gym, I just wanted to eat through those spandex. You know what I mean? Like you're saying some weird shit where the girl's just like, And then went home probably and said, I met this guy named Shannon Sharp, and her dad was like, same guy from
I don't know why you keep having her in the crib still, fam. She was 19
She
when
is
they met,
not
bro.
in the crib, fam.
She's not filming her OF content in her bedroom and shit.
Beats me, bro. It beats me. You'd be surprised what these kids are doing.
She's in her condo somewhere, bro.
Okay, granted, but who's her dad? Like, does she have a father, bro?
He's finding out in real time that she's smashing Shannon Sharp on TV.
I think they already knew. For her to deny the 10 million. That's something I would tell. I'd be like, we're going for the gusto, baby.
I don't think
why wouldn't you send
her
for
dad
10?
to give her advice to know how to play a man. She's been playing guys from time.
And she's been studying the greats. Like all these little thoughts be looking up to the greats.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like who do you think is like the Mount Rushmore of celebrity thoughts that just like,
well, Kim,
Amber Rose. I'm not saying their thoughts in like a negative sense. I'm just saying they were known
for
as
moving
bops.
around, yeah.
What's her name? Superhead.
Yeah, Corinne Steffens.
Corinne.
I'll give a candidate for the new one, and we'll get off of the Shannon Sharp shit. Selena Powell.
But how about Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose is right now like the goated new age bop.
That's like who the young girls are looking up to. She's like goals for them aesthetically and like she Guan's like she doesn't really give up her pussy like that, but like she seems like she does.
I don't know what they do, bro. You know what, bro? It beats me now.
Yeah,
it beats me.
Well, listen, we'll keep y'all posted on the Shannon Sharp shit or not. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think they're just gonna sweep this under the rug. This is not even like.
This is bad, bro. Like, I just don't like how this to me is the most obvious like
attack against black billionaires,
cancellation attempt. You know, like it's I don't want to say it in a bad way because I don't know the evidence, but it's the least believable to me. Like the Diddy stuff, they kind of made it seem like it really happened and they added a lot of extra information. This just seems like, he had some dom sub type of relationship with this like younger white girl and now she's just looking for a bag. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, bro. Like, if she's saying the stuff that it's alleged that she's saying, like maybe she likes, there's a thing called a consensual non-consent where it's like the girls are agreeing to, you know what I'm saying? But
then if you take it too far,
but then where's the line? Because she's like, I told you to stop, but I didn't mean it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be like not wanting, it's like our word fantasies, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So you're giving the green light to for Shannon Sharp to do whatever, and then he does whatever, and now you're saying,
and she's supposed to say stop, but he's supposed to keep going. It's weird,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro.
NDAs, broski.
Yeah.
NDAs. Just don't play with no young chick like that. Bro.
This could happen to with him and a 28-year-old too, though. Like it's just because he's so famous.
28-year-old, nah. Like I'm telling you, the older you get, like you might not do those things because you've been through so much bullshit with men as a woman. Like if a woman, and she already has 2 kids, and she just want to get taken care of, dog. She didn't want to be. She just want the man to love her, dog.
Yeah.
This is a I know what you mean. 19,
let's
she's in her like experimentation era where she's like, let me just take as much as I can.
Fam, she's being, someone is putting these things in her mind because she would have really took the 10, but someone's like, oh wait, 10? That's it? What? We get more.
Yeah. Because let's look at off this Shannon Sharp shit, man. Okay, let's get to back to Toronto because. Man, we are the Toronto podcast, man. I don't want to stay on Shannon Sharp and his freaking weird ass tendencies, but we do have a list of things I wanted to bring to y'all attention. Tracks that have dropped this week.
Wow.
I want to take a quick break from this episode to give a big shout out to Only Loud, Canada's one-stop shop for your favorite legacy brands and all things loud. Only Loud provides mail order delivery nationwide and same-day delivery to those in the Ottawa area. Check them out at onlyloud.ca or follow them on their socials, Instagram at onlyloudcanada or on Snapchat onlyloud.ca for more exclusive content. Only Loud is not just a product, it's a lifestyle. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer!
All right, big salute to Toronto rappers. I was trying to do this on live stream the other day and try to give some big ups to like some of these blog pages that actually post music. All right, and I know people say we don't talk about music enough. Let me know out of these lists here, and we'll just give our opinions for us on the panel. Which one do you think is the hottest track? Okay, so we'll start with number 1, Free Ye. And we'll just do little clips of it.
If you with me, that position can't replace it. Yeah, skinny, but I'm putting on this weight. Yeah, all I got is time, I cannot wait. No, I got them busting out the face. Yeah, different cloth for cut.
Right? Oh, that jacket is crazy.
No, it's all suit.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so salute to Free Lil Beretti.
I've been kicking it by myself. I've been thinking about nightmares. I've been thinking about life in fear. I've been wiping my tears. Can't live my life in fear. Fuck a friend, don't trust nobody.
And who's this right here?
Grand Ravine.
OKG Dilo.
Oh yeah.
This teeth stay running. I'm a chalk, my grass, but it turned out bad. Try to help a
All right, BFR Bundog.
On my heart, you know that this for one.
And who's this guy? Quinta.
For me, I do the same for y'all. It's always us, it's never
Quintana.
down. I'm in the field of butter law. You gon' catch me on a flight before I'm ever in my feelings. Course and feds gon' know us. We the ones that did the killing. She the one that got the low, and I'm the one that did the drillings. Can't treat her like no hoe because with her it's a little different.
Hood Baby Pepper.
You the one that I want, baby girl. You the one that I want. I still gotta teach you to love me cause I'm from the slums.
This video looks crazy too, man.
Buy me an AMP, baby, don't buy me Beretta. Buy me a Draco, baby, cause Gigi my brother. You the one that I want, baby girl, you the one that I want. I'll buy a burger for you and a burger for mine.
I like this one, man. Slim Dinero.
You wanna help me get this money, I don't need
Oh no,
you.
YG first.
I don't need you. I put this for the that made it see-through. I got young as 80, they buying kilos.
Yeah.
Too much hammers, too much dollars, call it cheat codes. We don't got same amount of bodies, how we equals. My last
Jesus Christ, that West Coast beat was on fire.
I know. Slim Dinero.
Said I need all that bread, it's like I'm dying to get it. Said I'm trying to rubber band and stack them bands and rubber band again. Might help you on one time, but I don't wanna see your hand again. I swear I got so high, I thought this time might not land again. Done took a little break, I'm starting to feel like I'm the man again.
Jeez. Spades.
Okay.
Sweeper clean them up. On sweeper, you know that GG tough. Southside in the cut. Nike stepping, he going on a manhunt. Was trying to be the good guy. You was trying to be the bad guy, so now I'm bad luck. Stolies in the hood. Say you was trying to ride up, better have the gun up. Crody.
And who's this? K-Trey?
To that. Random.
Jeez.
G-Man.
That was a bar.
I'm a bag up after losing everything you won't understand. I'm not worried about making friends, just stacking bread and breaking rubber bands. I overlap you lame ass pussies, yeah, I've done a couple laps.
Yeah, the suits.
Go to Louis Vuitton and a cash out.
Jeez.
Yo, his gear is always coming off.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is a dripped out guy.
Who we got here? 100 OTD and KS Bands.
I'm dozing off, I'm Heiser. I'm dozing off, you see that I'm busting, I'm kick on the couch, I'm fresh off a blitz. Before I get dropped to the crib, I always make sure
Crazy
that I
sample.
fits.
If I hop on this cart, you're not getting far. I came with a switch on the back of my Glock. You niggas are goofs, I don't want to part. You niggas are hoes, not paying your block.
Mod. Crazy sample.
Jay Savage.
Took a minute trying to get it right. Only makes sense that I've been this nice after all. Who next to blow? There ain't nobody fucking with me like.
Yeah.
And one more, 100 OTD on a solo tip.
Them niggas get cooked up and fried. Smoke with us is suicide. Face to face is do or die. Switch up on it's modified. Fuck rap beef, I'm trying to see her up in the air.
All right. Well said.
So, gentlemen, just off of just hearing this little pieces of these tracks, which one of y'all stand out to y'all the most, man?
I like the Hood Baby Peppa, one that I want. I feel like that one, even though it's more like a shorty track, like it still incorporates like street bars and stuff. And to me, it's the most playable from like a general music perspective. But shout out to all of them, man. Even the YG track was good. Slim Dinero, it's good to hear music from him again. I would say those are my three. Dusty,
what about you, Dusty?
I'm gonna give all of them props.
For sure.
I'm giving every which one of them props. That's it. I'm not going to be sitting here picking and choosing and all that. But what did stand out to me the most, because the little bugger, not to call you like that, but I'm going to say it like, you told the world you were retiring and now you're back. So it's kind of like you gave me the Allen Iverson crossover. So the Little Barrette record and even the video, I'll be real, really stood out to me.
Yeah, the video's fire.
Okay? And it's good to see him back. So I'm kind of like, okay, cool. And then I'm going to give it to the next side, the dog. But everybody hit the streets properly.
Yeah.
You guys hit it properly for this month. Like, keep going.
Yeah. I like that YG song. I look that beat on that is crazy. And that 100 OTD and KS Bands tracks was going pretty hard too, man.
Yeah, it is crazy to see going up on a Tuesday when it originally came and living long enough to see it get sampled as like an oldie. That is true. I'm sure you guys have seen that multiple times, but for me, it's just starting to happen where like this new gen is sampling songs that I grew up on. I'm like, yo, like back in the day, you guys used to sample stuff from like earlier, not like just 8 years ago. Like,
now that shit is getting old school. You know what I'm saying?
God.
But salute to all of these guys on this list, man. Same way, man. I think all of the tracks were fire, just like all y'all were saying, man.
So I remember when Honcho was here, I was watching, and he was talking about the state of Toronto rap. So do you feel like, based on you guys seeing this list and the rollouts, like, is Toronto rap on the come up again, or is this still mediocre?
I think I think I also agree with Hoodlum that it's been dead. But I think we're making a comeback, man. I think all of these guys who were dropping before are starting to come back, drop tunes. And to certain mans who are coming home just now. So once we get more people home too, we might have a chance to bring it back to where it was before.
And I'll say this, Toronto is a summer city. We're not a winter city when it comes to music. I notice a lot of hot songs get dropped in the summer.
Yeah.
So when the push comes, it's around these times, and we see who survives the summer.
Yeah.
So it's more of a summer place, guys. So there is a decline because it's the winter. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But watch, look, now you're seeing, look.
Yeah, man. 13 tracks 13 right here. Songs. You know, salute to Toronto rappers, because Toronto rappers, like, they stick to letting people know about the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of, always talking about the fuckery and blah, 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 blah. And like, yeah, we do. But like, there's pages out here, like Toronto rappers. Like, if you want to see what's popping, go check out their page, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, back to some fuckery. Justin Bieber, Dusty.
Yo, bro.
He heard you, fam.
I know. You didn't see him in the comments? With his ghost account?
Wait, how did he hear you?
Keep going.
So Justin Bieber speaks on why he won't leave LA. You think I'm going to get bullied to leave where my influence is most needed? Because I'm saying, like, remember a couple weeks ago, you were saying, like, yo, just come home. Yeah. Right? And he's been on his crash out mode.
You call that a crash out?
Well, I don't think so, but like what people were trying to call it. So, Zara, if you want to give me a reading over here for this.
All right. Everyone telling me to move from LA. You think I'm going to get bullied to leave where my influence is most needed? How can we make a change if we run away from the darkness? I too have been caught up in the transactional nature of Hollywood. It's embarrassing. But with that said, I want nothing to do with that as a grown adult with a wife and son. I just want to be submerged in the culture, learning from any and everyone, and be a proponent and advocate for love and equality.
Talk your shit, Justin. Let's go, Justin. Hold on, I need to throw an air horn on that for the boy Justin Bieber, man.
Yo, is that why he's linking with so many rappers? I just want to be submerged in the culture, learning from any and everyone. He's like, you black in the culture? Yo, let's link.
What has your mother, I don't want to say it like this, but has your mother ever told you if you were ever lost, the most person you could trust is a black lady? To help you find, like, have you ever heard that?
No, but I've heard that if your car like breaks down on the highway, a black dude is most likely to help you out of everyone, like to stop and actually help.
And I was always told, find a black woman, she'll get you home.
So he's like sexy red.
They're nurturing, very nurturing. We're very nurturing people. This is my point where I'm getting to. We're very nurturing people. So if he was gonna come to any culture with open arms, it would be us.
Yeah. Okay? Let me play another clip here from what's going on with the boy Justin.
Shit.
It's all the paparazzis following him.
It's crazy. Remember what I told you?
Hey, sir, these guys are being reckless back here. These cars, watch them.
Let's look the live bites for this clip here.
Just watch them back there. See, he stopped them. That cop stopped them. This is getting crazy, man.
Told you.
No joke.
Told you guys. I told you guys, man.
So I do have a little pushback on that. Like, you're super ultra famous. People haven't heard from you in years. And I remember what you're saying the other day about, like, yo, those guys might not be paparazzi. Like, you can't be mad at people for chasing you around to try to find out what your next move is. You're famous. They've been doing it with everybody forever.
Yeah, but you know what I'm noticing? And maybe this is a Canadian thing, but all these big Canadians in the industry, they're like, we're not about to play by these rules. These are kind of messed up. Like, I think normally the protocol is, yo, you're pretty much a circus animal. Just accept this. We're going to give you fame and riches and women and everything you can imagine, but you're going to be like this. All the Canadian dudes are like, yo, yeah, that's the rules to the game, but that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drake, Tory, Biebs now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're rebelling against the system that kind of built them because they've been through it and they've been traumatized, I guess. And I guess Americans kind of just accept it. But for some reason, it's like the minority Canadians in the industry that are making all like the racket about how messed up it is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear like NLE Choppa or like, I'm trying to think of other super, like Hozier or like these Billboard Hot 100 artists, Sabrina Carpenter. Like, no one is talking about this except Biebs and Drake.
Yeah, because they're not as big as Biebs, Drake, and Tory.
Yeah, I'm thinking, do they get the same amount of paparazzi on their ass?
Nope. They get black. They get more of black paparazzi, if anything. You're getting the local podcasters and photographers running you, chasing you around, and just being at your event. That's it. That's what you're getting. Like I told you guys before, this is a Princess Diana situation.
Yeah, he's referenced that. Yeah,
and I'm not joking. Like I know it. Like I'm seeing it play out, and I'm like, that's not real paparazzi, guys. Because you wouldn't. They don't. That's just not real paparazzi. That's what I feel. And when he's like, LA's my home, I'm not going to be chased. Brother, come home. You're not from there.
Yeah.
Where you're going to feel the most comfortable is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have enough money. Go build a nice big house where you're from and chill out.
So you say come back to Stratford?
Go back to Stratford. But
wouldn't he get bored there? Like, what are you going to do in Stratford?
You get bored, but what are you going to do in LA? And they're going to kill you.
And grab a coffee.
You're complaining, bro.
Okay, maybe not Stratford. What about like
Toronto?
Yeah, but like a nice part of Toronto.
Vancouver, even.
Maybe Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria is like, there's rich houses over there. Yeah. You can go to Vancouver in 2 minutes, like, a couple hours or an hour. I don't know how long it takes.
And then you can still get to LA because it's right there.
Yeah.
I feel like if Biebs is going to move back to Canada, it has to be in Ontario. Like,
okay, move back though.
Yeah.
Because that you're antagonizing me now. If I was the mob, the Hollywood mob, I'm like, oh yeah?
Yeah, but they want him to stay.
No, they want you to stay. But at the end of the day, do they?
Well, they could send someone to you in Stratford, and that would probably mess you up even more. It's like, how'd you get to my doctor in Stratford? Like, why is he asking me these type of questions?
Man,
you know, like,
bro.
No, he's not safe, man.
Nowhere is safe. Like, bro, they run the world allegedly.
Yeah. Listen, man, I didn't want to spend super long on Justin, but because we got mad topics to get to, but I just want to bring it to your attention that response to leaving LA, I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't Dusty didn't he have a whole rant about like, this nigga needs to come home? Did he hear us?
Yeah, he did.
And yo, I'm gonna say this to Biebs, like, I understand LA is like this kingdom of darkness.
Yeah.
But yo, Ontario needs your light too, fam. Like, there are people in Stratford who probably need to receive Jesus or whatever you're trying to do. Bro. Like, they want, and I feel like Canadians, we would like protect Biebs a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel Canadians need to stop running to America. After we get the fame, come home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Go to both places. Be
just
in the
come
States
home,
and here.
bro. They don't
like
love
Drake.
us like that. Like, you're not an American. You weren't born there. You weren't raised there. Your family's not there like that. Like,
you
want to be rich. You want to be famous, but I still think you want people around you that like have your best interests, bro. We'd be shaking in our boots if we had to move to LA tomorrow. And this was like, we'd be shaking in our boots, bro.
I think it's a taxes thing though. Like, I imagine Biebs is doing but he's in LA, so he probably pays high taxes.
High taxes,
but he
bro.
can't pay taxes both countries. Like, that's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave, bro.
Yeah. Salute to Justin Bieber, man. Give me a second though. I gotta go take a quick piss, man. All right. Back at it. Okay, I got a few more topics here for us here, man. There's a carjacking fumble that happened I seen online. Did y'all see this?
Let me see.
Let's see here. And this is courtesy of Straight Out the Six. It happened in Mississauga. So failed carjacking leads to arrest in Mississauga.
Get down! Get the fuck down now! Get down! All of you down! All down!
Get him!
Get down! Show me your fucking eyes! Get down! Get down right now! Get down! I got 3 over here! Keep your hands clear! No! Hey! No! Hey! Show me your hands! Show me your fucking hands!
Oh, lit.
Hey! Get up! Get up!
Yo,
he's pissed.
Yo, what an adrenaline rush.
I know, right? So, okay. I'm trying to figure out what happened here, how they got this guy so quickly. Like, you tried to go jack a car, and then you got the boy them were like right there.
Maybe they were looking for the plates and they just found it.
It says failed carjacking leads to an arrest. So
so he just did it when they were around.
Like, was it bad timing, bro?
No, setup. It was a dud car, like a setup car.
Oh, you mean like what do they call those cars there? I forget what they have. They used to have a show about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first of all, if I walked outside and seen that Peel Region cop standing on top of my car, I would have flipped out. Did you see how he was on another person's car? Get your hands up. Get your hand. Bro, you're standing on my car.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That's disrespect. I seen him walk on your hood and on the glass and on top of the roof. Brother.
You could tell that guy played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He pressed jump and then he just landed on the
He was waiting for this moment.
He's been waiting for that moment.
Yeah. I just wanted to get a quick take on that to see what you guys think. Like, because I'm trying to figure out what happened there. Like, how is it that you were right there and like, were they chasing this guy for a long time and then they found him? Because it looks like to me like you robbed something and then you were like, oops, you're right there.
It also looked like he was parked. Like, he parked the stolen car and he's like, I'm about to grab some food.
Can we play it back again? Because there was a lot going on.
We need to break this down.
See, I seen someone running. Okay, there he is. He's on top.
He's running. Okay.
Get him. Oh, no. You know what happened?
He's running to his whip.
You know what happened? See, there was a road right there. He already got out the car. It seemed like, and was running. But how were they right there?
Oh man, I think it has to go into the list of dumb criminals right now, man. Because it's like, bro, I feel like you need to look around a little bit more before you go jack a car.
And was that like a wife standing there watching this go down?
I don't know.
I thought she was a female police officer.
He looked like he even ran into like a wedding reception hall or something, man. Like, I don't know, man. Saga youths, man.
He was skipping, jumping. Did you see it?
He didn't even look like he was running fast, bro. He jogged to them.
He ran to the car.
Right towards the car with the guy on top of it with the gun.
No, it seemed like there was more of them.
Fam, there's looks like 8 cops to get this one guy.
No, there's more than one guy.
More jackers?
They got the one guy who ran into the cop van like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then there's the dude on top of the people them car, like Call of Duty, with someone else, like, show your hands up, get your hands up, don't F and move, don't F. So that means they ran from somewhere and the police had cut them off. Knowing they were going to go through this plaza like that.
Possibly.
They look like they were in like the Tompkin, Dundas, Dixie and Bloor area.
You're the Saga expert, bro.
Yeah, certain times.
You got to check with Dusty.
Certain times. But that's an idiot move. Who steals cars in Saga? You're going to jail, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to jail, bro.
Well, like I said, we'll list it under dumbest criminals of the week right there,
Alive.
man. Actually, maybe not, because the cops got into a shootout at the airport, right? I got to ask a question before we get to this airport stuff. Are the cops under fire? Because the other day I reported on what happened with the 16-year-old RIP, but from what they were showing in the body cam, he pulled out and then the cops started shooting.
Yeah.
Now in this incident, and I'll play a clip in a second, they're saying that there was an argument at the airport between two parties, and then when the cops came to intervene, somebody pulled out a gun on the cop. And they ended up shooting the guy.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening in Toronto? Or is man says it's like, we're over it. We're just going to start popping on cops right now?
I feel it's a lot of mental health.
100%.
Lack of money. You're bringing in a lot of, I don't want to sound rude.
Immigration.
Yeah. Regardless if it's Caucasian, Black, Indian, anything. A lot of it's coming in, and a lot of people are coming from places that probably have more trauma than here.
Yeah.
And have no authority, no respect for police.
No respect for authority.
Yeah. Right? So when your man's pulling out a strap on a cop,
I'm saying,
where are you from?
I'll play
Where
the
they
clip.
do that? Where they do that?
Where do they do that? And then they're not gonna shoot you.
But there is places they're doing that.
A man is dead after being shot by Peel Regional Police officers this morning at the Terminal 1 departures drop-off area.
Terminal 1.
Incoming and outgoing passengers saw a chaotic scene following the incident with a heavy police presence. The CBC's Jamie Strachan has the latest from Pearson.
The Special Investigations Unit, the provincial unit that's brought in when there's a shooting that involves police, they are still on the scene trying to figure out exactly what happened. Here's what we do know, Andrew. At around 7 o'clock this morning, police were called to the Terminal 1 area, the sidewalk outside of the departures area. There was a man reported to be in distress. He was with a group of family members, some of whom were traveling, expected to travel today. Security, or one of the parking people who were at the airport kind of keeping cars along, tried to talk to the group, was unsuccessful. A group 3 police officers then arrived on scene from Peel Regional Police, who have a unit here at the airport. Peel Police Chief spoke with reporters moments ago and explains what happened next.
What our officers engaged in was a discussion with a group of individuals that were experiencing a dispute. Our officers spent an amount of time trying to resolve the dispute, an immense amount of de-escalation and engagement with the parties. However,
we love hip-hop.
Abruptly, one of the individuals produced a firearm at our officers, and I must say that there were 3 officers that responded. As a result of that, to protect themselves and the community and the passengers here at the airport, 2 of the officers engaged with the individual. As a result, the subject was shot. Despite the best efforts of those officers, even to provide life-saving remedies to the individual.
Sorry, we can stop there. So, a dispute about what? Parking and baggage? Like, I'm confused. Like, what was the dispute over, and why does man have a gun?
Well, regardless of what the dispute was over, the fact that you chose to pull out your gun when the police are already there dealing with it leads me to believe that maybe you have some type of like suppressed suicidal inclinations, because you know what you're doing and the implications of it. So maybe it's like, I don't like life, but I don't want to take away my own life, so let me put myself in a situation. But it could have just been sporadic where he was like, you know what, I'm high. Like,
why do you have a gun at the airport?
Another big question, especially at the airport.
That's the worst place to have the gun.
It's the worst place to do anything.
Yeah.
Except travel.
We're about to vote, right?
Monday. Actually, today while people are watching this.
We're about to vote. Gun laws. Liberals. Let's get them out of here.
So wait, is this guy like a setup?
I don't want to sound like one of those type of guys right now, bro. But like, I'm not saying that's the setup, but what perfect timing, you know?
For Polyev,
right?
For Polyev, is
for Polyev.
No, because like I'm saying, because
Perfect
he's the guy
timing.
who's gonna lock these guys up, right?
Perfect timing. But this time it was from the police, right? There's no one to lock up. Are you gonna lock up the police?
But they do support Pierre, the Toronto Police Services. They've said, like,
so
we rock with Pierre.
That is the action that's gonna be coming into play now. They're just gonna be shooting.
No, because it's like 2 in like the space of a week.
Yeah, the police are ready to shoot.
Yeah, but
They know how crazy. If you really look in depth on what's going on in our city, fam, this is Gotham.
Yeah.
The things that are going on in our city that you don't know about, bro.
That's why I wanted to bring this up, and I had to mention the last shooting because it's like there's a broader issue going on than just this isolated airport shooting. There's I don't want to call it a war against police, but there might be a war against police.
No, I think it's a combination of like mental health, maybe access to guns, and then the lawlessness that you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's more of a blatant disregard for the police and the law now, and that could be due to a cultural shift. It could be due to economic struggles. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big cultural shift. Think about some of these South American countries that have no respect for the law, right? Certain Middle Eastern, I don't want to just categorize people, but like, some of these places is shoot first, ask questions later, right?
Yeah,
but a lot of those places, the government and the police, they're not even the highest authority.
No,
like,
the gangsters.
The gang, exactly, like the cartels or like the terrorist groups or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe Toronto, the mafia scene is trying to like supersede the police. I don't know though, because Toronto police are paid well here. There's so much money into it that like we've never struggled with that corruption that other countries have with their mafias. A little bit, obviously, but like not to the extent where it's like in Mexico, you get arrested, you can get out of that right then and there by paying a cop, and they'll ask you for money. That doesn't happen here. You can't. No, it's a little more subtle. You got to move some pieces.
Yes,
you know?
yes, you're very right.
Yeah, I just feel like we're getting way more belligerent. Like just the audacity. Like, I'm not saying police are higher than everybody, but like they have a certain place in society where, you pull out a gun on a police. If you live, you're getting locked under the jail. So like now to be able to have the balls to do that, bro, like what are we doing here, fam? Where are we going? Are we really going to Armageddon?
Yo.
Like we're like mans are just like F police. Like we're not in a third world country, fam. Like I see what you guys are saying, but we're in Canada, fam.
Yeah, but it is because we have third world country tendencies now.
Yeah, we're pulling out on cops, fam. That's crazy to me.
That is crazy, but
like 2 times in 1 week, bro. That's crazy to me, fam. Like with the youngins, like I can understand the full prefrontal cortex not being there. You made some bad decisions, but your bad decision, even being around certain mans, is pull out on the boy them. What's happening, fam?
Yo, you know what? There's probably this thing like their police are just like, but they're just as scared. They want to go home too.
Yes, but they are also they're authorities. Like, are people looking at them like they're not anymore?
They're not. No, they're not. You're just a normal person, just like me and you. You got to go punch in a clock. You actually work for me.
Yeah, but you can put me in jail.
But like, you still work for me. They still work for you.
I understand that. And I don't want to be like, we should be scared of the police and be pussy and kiss their ass. But like, there's still a level of authority that people, if they don't respect it, we don't have a society, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say, like, you have to have a minimum level of respect for the law if you want to have a society, or else it's going to be lawless, and then it's going to be whoever has the most straps or whoever's the strongest can just take over anything. And now you're seeing that, like, I feel like criminals are getting away with more. So maybe now they're feeling like they can kind of push the envelope a little bit when it comes to their interactions with police, because they're like, you guys don't even have the city under control. Why would I respect you when everything is chaos right now? You guys aren't even doing your job properly, allegedly. Like, obviously they have a hard job, but it's like with all this crime and stuff, you guys aren't even on it like that.
I want to see where like some of the officers are from in like Metro and in Peel. I want to see where they grew up. If they really grew up in Jane and Finch, if they really grew up in certain places.
Yeah.
If they're not just some little some little floozy from Newmarket or somewhere and then coming around. And now, come on, they've never probably seen a dead body or never, like, until they got to the force.
Mm-hmm.
They've never really had to hear about gang violence until they got to the force. So imagine now you have a shift as a, kid from somewhere outside of Toronto.
Richmond Hill kid, yeah.
I'll say somewhere outside of Toronto, a little further, even, where it's not.
A Bowmanville kid.
Yeah, but now you're a Toronto officer, and you pull over some of the man them. I need to ask one of them a question. Were you shaking in your boots the first time you ever had to approach a kid that's maybe from a certain neighborhood?
Especially if you now even moving forward, watching footage where men them are pulling out on the boy them, and I joined the police academy, bro. I might be walking up to these cars with my gun out, bro.
Now you're profiling crazy.
Yes, and you know what I like? I drive, you drive. I'm kind of like, hey, drive. I feel like it's coming back, that driving black thing, or that just driving it, period.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like if they have to be pulling out on you, I could just move my hand and now I'm shot. There's two things, right? Because they're going to be scared now because people are actually pulling guns on them.
Yeah. And we're not only doing that, not we, but like the people are not only doing that, like they're knocking down the speed trap things, like the little tent things that they build for them. Like, people are taking them, dragging them into the river. Right, they just put a whole bunch of new ones into the city, like lately, like I think 80 new ones, and people are already vandalizing them. Like we have no respect for authority over here no more.
Yeah, but you know what it is, fam? It's the discrepancy between municipal, provincial, and federal authority. Because like it almost seems like our own local stuff is trying to like erase our national stuff. Like for example, like the way the city's moving, it's like it doesn't seem like they're working for us. You're trying to tax your citizens.
Yeah.
You're trying to send me a random mail letter with $200 and a picture of me speeding. And now like me as someone who's like middle class, lower middle class, like now I'm shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like it's just a money grab. But I want to ask you guys something because I always feel like firearms were like in Toronto, but I feel like maybe when it was like older generations, there was a little more like education around how to carry, when to carry, why to carry. Like now it just seems like everyone's just reckless and open with it. But before, like you kind of still had to have a little bit of
code of conduct.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. We had that, but
man got copper burners.
Yeah. It's there's always been an issue with guns in Toronto and Canada or whatever, like from the 90s, bro.
Like before that.
Yeah, like anytime I see like the mayors, whether it's Olivia Chow or homeboy from before, and get on and say, well, the problem is that we have so much guns coming in from the US. Like, duh, nigga. Like, this has been happening from the time when I was 16, 17, bringing them over. You know what I'm saying?
I almost told you that.
I know, right? 16, 17, but I heard that there's no statute of limitation in Canada, so now I need to just shut the hell up.
I looked at you and gave you like...
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like this has always been an issue is what my point is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's nothing to even point out like, oh, we're getting them from the States. What are you actually doing about it though?
I don't know, man. There's just too much going on. They're trying to import too many people. Like, you know how you said we're not a third world country? You know, they said in 2040, we're going to have to hunt for our food in Canada.
I eat that thing.
Because of how the social system and economic system is going to collapse. Like, that's only 15 years from now. Most people are not prepared for that reality.
No,
but
the mistake,
you know what I'm saying?
The mistake comes with bringing in a lot of people from places that have collapsed systems.
Yes, and a lot of them are coming here undocumented. So if you bring someone undocumented here, and by the way, Toronto has these policies where it's like, if you're undocumented, you need medical service, you can go to a doctor and he's not allowed to snitch on you. He's not allowed to get you deported.
Wow.
It's the access TO policy. So
I've seen it.
Yeah, so if you're bringing undocumented people here, right, how can they work besides the black market, besides illegal activity? What law-abiding corporation can hire them, put their SIN number in, and not send? So now you're forcing them to be prostitutes. You're forcing them to be drug dealers. You're forcing them to do trafficking or whatever they can that's under the table. So now you're creating crime. You're using our tax dollars to service these people. They're not coming here to like assimilate at all. They're ruining the cultural landscape of our country. And it's happening under their watch. So it's like they want to destroy this country, bro. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
This is a setup, bro.
When you just explain it there, it sounds like it's like something they want.
They want, and that's why the discrepancy between the municipal, federal, like our own local government is trying to dismantle what our federal government and provincial government is trying to establish. You know what I'm saying? And it's all these like new educated politicians, like my generation, where like feminism and all this like hardcore like equity stuff was like really being pushed in universities. Like you pay for propaganda in university. I always tell people, as someone with a uni degree, do not go to university, bro. Go to college, get a skilled trade,
and get out of there.
Get out of there, bro. Don't let them brainwash you, because that's how they want you to think.
Systematic. It's jail.
And
just
they
want
want
you to be commie.
It's jail, just at a nicer building.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And you'll might have like a $100,000 debt over your head.
Yeah,
that you have to
I
pay
just
off.
paid mine.
Yeah, but that you know what helps? When you have all that debt, but now mentally you're a communist. So you feel like the government should pay for that. You're pushing for programs that allow you to just get rid of your debt. Or like the rich should pay for my debt by being taxed more because it's not fair, and equity and all this stuff. It's like they create this delusion because it only makes sense when you have this whole worldview that encompasses like equity, globalism, communism, socialism. Like, trust me, fam, like I spent so many years arguing with these people, and it's not till I got out of university that I was like, damn, like most of the people I know from there are brainwashed. Like to be left-leaning liberals. You know what I'm saying?
I have a couple friends like that went to university and stuff like that, and they're very... I gotta be like sometimes like, hey, see you guys. No, seriously.
There's certain things you cannot talk to about them because like they have this like
stigma,
automatic response trained by educational facilities. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Meanwhile, you're living. I lived life.
Common sense.
I live life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but we're too stupid because we don't have the degree. That's what the mentality is.
That's how
people.
And
I get you.
That's why when they argue with people, let's say like you guys who we have the same like worldview to an extent, but like you guys aren't university educated, they're like, oh, it's because, you know, of racial inequality and this, that, you didn't go to school and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, even as someone who went to school, I still feel the same ways. I still lean towards
I agree with them.
I agree with them more, fam. That's what not most of my friends in life do not have university degrees. And I went to university, so like I know a lot of people that went there, but it's just like the thinking is just different, bro.
Yeah.
It's left.
Listen,
it's
man.
Super left.
Pray for Toronto, man. Listen, let's staying on Toronto and the Toronto cops, because I have another thing that goes in line with it, and it kind of counteracts like some of the belligerence and way that people have been acting, because I found a stat that says Toronto Homicide Police clears 80% of their cases.
Yeah, it's true.
Holy. So that means if you hit a lick, there's only a 2 out of 10 chance that you'll get away.
Yes. So it says it's crazy how many rappers diss dead people, but 85% of the time the cases is solved and never had nothing to do with them on their block. This rate is only getting higher throughout the years. I think at the end of 2020s, should have been at least 87% solved or higher.
It is.
So in Toronto, the homicide clearance rate has historically averaged around 80%, meaning roughly 80% of homicides are solved. As of December 2023, the Toronto Police Service has solved 56 out of 69 recorded homicides, resulting in 81% clearance rate. This demonstrates a strong record of solving homicide cases in Toronto, with ongoing efforts to further improve the process. So they want to go higher. Maybe we can do 90, 95.
Well, ideally, they probably want to hit 100
for sure.
You know, but yeah,
that's high.
That is super high. But this is recorded homicides, so I want to know how many homicides go unrecorded, or like they get recorded years later. It's like from 1985, but we just solved it this year or something. Like,
but even in the recorded ones, right? That's still pretty good.
That's a high percentage, bro. That's a A minus.
I think if I'm a criminal and I find a statistic out, I'm like, ooh, I might get caught if I do this drill. Like 80%, 81% that they're catching. How am I supposed to be the 20% that got away?
Yes. It's just not in your favor.
It's not.
If it was
bro.
50-50, I'd be like, take your chances.
Yes. When I found this out, and listen, this is off of Reddit, so who knows where they got it from, but I'm believing it. I'm running with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting 80% of these guys who got murdered or doing murders out here, like, it's not a good idea to do a drill then. Like,
well, in an ideal world, we shouldn't be murdering anyone
at all, but
should get along, but that's not the world we live in. So I don't know, man. Like some guy said, I think it was a comedian. He's like, don't do crime if you're not a good criminal. And I stand by that.
Yeah, but you could be a good criminal, but they're just really good at solving cases.
So now it's like, don't do crime unless you're a great criminal. It's not good enough to just be good. Like you have to be like the Michael Jordan of crime.
Like this is on Reddit and it has traction, but do the man them really know this? Like, are we on We Love Hip Hop letting the people them know this?
I kind of knew this from 2000s, early like 2000. But there's like two different, because you're saying Toronto police. Have you checked out maybe like Durham and Peel? Bro, they're 100%.
You think so? Eh?
They solve everything. Doesn't matter. Yo, speck of hair could be over there. They got it.
Yeah, I would imagine smaller districts probably have a higher success rate because they have more control over the area. Toronto is just too big, fam. Like,
so then that's even scarier because Toronto is the biggest web. They got 80% clearance rate, and then you know we're assuming that these other places is even higher. What the hell is the point of even going outside and trying to do a thing, fam? Like, unless the man them have no idea that 80% of these cases are being solved.
They don't. They're like those are bozos.
We're letting y'all know now. Like,
yeah, like bro, you cannot, bro. It's that deep, and now that your phone.
Triangulation, all that shit. Like, yes, they can ping where your phone was at the time of the shooting, unless the phone is off. And even if it is off,
it's still on.
But
they heard your conversation when you're planning the drill. They go to a place called telephone banking.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Serious things. It's serious.
But from a safety perspective, I think it is discomforting for, I guess, the country or the city to know that out of every 100 recorded homicides, 20 people are just walking free. Like when you put it in those terms, it doesn't seem too unachievable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but that's because then it means it's not by relation. So like you made a right turn and you hit someone. They're dead. You kept driving.
Okay, like it wasn't planned or targeted.
So there was no relation.
No, but this is the homicide rate.
That's what I'm saying. That's homicide. That's still a vehicular homicide.
Wouldn't that be manslaughter?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like that would be your 20. That would go because a lot of things that aren't by relation go unsolved.
Yeah, because you can't connect any dots.
You're like, how did that guy die?
This is so random.
Like, you went checked every friend. He left the
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing to solve neither. Like it was a vehicular thing, right?
Or wait, homeless man found in the ravine.
Someone stabbed him up or something.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
But it was a homeless guy all the way from Hamilton. Took the goal. We didn't know that he came up, started killing people that night in Toronto.
Yeah, nobody ever seen it on camera.
Nothing. Yeah, gone. Thief in the night.
Yeah,
it's those type of things because it's no relation. There was no argument. There was no
motive.
No FU. No motive. This man was sitting on a couple grands. Like when you look at how M's go down in our city, like there was a straight conference. There was something going on.
Yeah.
Before the shooting went down, the man said, "Yo, suck your mom." What? Like you know what I mean? Like
there was an all ongoing issue between both parties
online
or gangs or whatever. Yeah.
There's relation. Yeah. So that's how we can catch the M.
We can build the case.
There's a percentage now. When you got that next percentage because no relation, bro.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I just want to let the people them know, especially the drillers out there who watch us, like 80% of y'all are going to get caught.
No, but it says solved, right?
Yeah.
So out of the solved, how many of them are guilty? How many of them are innocent? How many of it is thrown out? How much of it is thrown out? So it's like, this isn't guaranteeing guilt. I think it's just like them resolving.
We know who did it.
We know who did it. We know who didn't do it. Yeah. Or like it was insufficient evidence, but we got that case resolved. Or like, it's thrown out. Like,
so they waste your time. So it's if you were there, they wasted your time. If you really did it, they got you. If you didn't do it, you got to fight it. You like it's still that's the 80%.
We need more information to really be able to dissect it. You know what I'm saying? But I just for the people out there, just know if you're out there.
Well, it did say 56 out of 60 something.
It's 69. 56 were solved out of 69 homicides.
Solved, but it doesn't mean the case was actually
convicted or anything like that.
Okay, I get it.
But they solved it. They know who did it. You know what I'm saying?
So then wouldn't that mean you the case is solved? Like,
yeah, well, some people might have resulted in convictions. Some people might have been like dead already, but we know who did it.
Or pled guilty to like a lesser
guilty
sentence.
Yeah. So it turned from M1 to now
manslaughter.
But we know
that happens
it was
a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we know it was this person who did it. It was solved. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, well, I don't want to say salute to the Toronto police, but like, yeah. Man, them, keep your eyes open, man.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your head on a swivel.
I got one more thing here. It's kind of a wild foul play case that's going on.
Man, I don't even want.
Have you heard about this, right? For Caribbean people out there in Guyana.
Yep.
There's a young child that was found dead in a swimming pool on a resort. Right? R.I.P. Adriana Young. They're saying it's a lot of foul play when it comes to this.
Bro. I can't even see it. Go.
Where's my volume?
Oh God.
Bro.
I was not in here.
She
I was not in there, boy. What the fuck? Them put his gun in this pool, boy.
So,
Them didn't want nobody coming.
yeah, I had to skip forward because I didn't want to show, like, it's pretty graphic.
His body laying in the pool.
Right?
No, she was on the ground. They got her out.
So they're going crazy now, destroying the resort. I heard that there's been places set on fire over there right now. They're saying that the little girl wasn't in the pool originally, and then all of a sudden she was in the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Burn marks on her face, her arms, her knees, her hands. When you see the flipping pictures of this kid, bro.
So then how did she end up in the pool?
Someone dragged she Ross over there and dropped her in there. After they done did what they did.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's an unrest that's going on over there in Guyana over this because of they're saying that even like there was one person that was on the resort that was acting a little different.
Yeah.
Who wasn't reacting the same way everybody else was. And they're saying, and this is all on TikTok. This is blowing up on TikTok like crazy. They're saying that guy is like a policeman and now that everybody's trying to find him and mash him up. Like, Guyana is an unrest over this right here, man.
As they should, man. That no one should have to go through that, bro. Especially a kid.
Yeah.
Dangerous place, bro.
Do you guys think it's foul play that's going on here? Like, I can find other things on TikTok about this, bro.
Of course.
Yeah,
you need to. Yeah. Of course it's foul play because how else would that happen? Like, it wasn't accidental, clearly intentional. Why? Sickness, bro. Like, it's mental health, man. Because, in my opinion, bro, like, whoever did that deserves death penalty. That's just my opinion.
Oh, no.
I believe in capital punishment for certain things, you know? Like, I don't want anyone to pay for this guy's 3 meals a day, this guy's shelter. Like, bro, like, get off the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Oh, they burning down the place, eh?
Look at this. Like, I just put in their name, R.I.P. Adriana Young on the TikTok search here, and people are going nuts, bro.
Fam, this is sickening for real.
They burnt the hotel down, fam.
Okay, well, I don't know if that's like the most effective reaction.
Yeah.
Because like, how can you blame the hotel?
I tell the major, my daughter's in there. And the major was listening to me this morning when I tell them. You see, you said for me daughter but all the time. You see what talking right there is a lie. And the police are coming to chase me from here last night. And the police are, you know what's left of the police are supposed to be true. And no police are my daughter but they lock up beside there. The police are starting to build them 4 or 5 times. I never go in the building. I never go in the building. The police start the building more than 5 times. I tell the police when I don't start, my daughter still in the back.
No, you're fired. And you refused to move. Why did you refuse to move? You said your daughter. What made you get this feeling like your daughter's still in there?
I tell you, since I come here yesterday, my belly tell me my daughter.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Oh, man.
My daughter barely tell me she's in there.
How you made her understand that she's in there? How you found her?
The bench and throw she in the pool. The bring her and throw her in the pool.
Did you get an opportunity to see the pool at any point in time?
Yo, bro, this is sad.
So wait. Was there already a fire
No, Russ.
So he just knew that his daughter was in there, and what?
No, they burned down the place because of the
crime.
Because of the crime, and the police ran him from the place and tell you, Ross, she not here,
and that's why they're saying it's that cop that has probably something to do with it.
And he's saying, in my belly, I can feel it, and I can feel that because I'm a dad, bro.
Gut feeling.
I can feel it, bro. What he's feeling, bro. So I'm like, bro, yeah, burn down the place, but where you mess up. See, this is the thing about Caribbean countries. We're so like behind in certain things. I wouldn't have burned down the building yet.
Yeah.
Evidence. I need to make sure those cameras seen somebody with her, bro.
Yeah, like let's go back over the surveillance tapes and stuff.
Yeah, you
like,
burnt down the building, brother.
Yeah, can't do it now.
You can't do it. So all evidence, this is actually gonna be a dead case. It's Guyana, bro.
Yeah. Because they're not going to go and spend mad time on it later on.
No, so probably the justice they're going to seek is finding the guy who did it and just friggin' executing him in a public.
Guyana,
like eye for eye type. Like,
you're gone. You're dead.
Yeah.
Well, I think
they already have his cemetery dug up.
Yeah.
But they just need to find out who it is.
And he going in the bottom by.
Well, they have some people who they already people are suspecting. There was another video that I watched that they showed a man that was just standing there while everybody was in the resort screaming, and they were like, "I am do it, man. The police right now." And I was like,
"Holy!" And he just moving so.
Yeah, he's just standing there, man. Like just
but then they didn't cut your ass from then. No.
Well, if he's the police, then
I would have cut your ass. If you're gonna burn down the building, you might burn your ass with it. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, that's. You burned down the whole building, but you didn't.
This is. I just wanted to put this on y'all radar because right now you knew about this.
Oh yeah,
right? But like this is the craze on TikTok right now. Everybody's talking about this, fam.
Well, I think it's good because it forces justice in a way. It forces the process, you know?
Yes.
Yo, and Guyana's having a little issue too with their rainforests right now.
Really?
Yeah. They got a lot of Guatemalans, Venezuelans coming through. Their rainforests. So there's a lot of corruption going on in that country.
Yeah.
It's a very big country and they got a lot of corruption and got a lot of strife. They've just gotten over floods. They've just gotten over a lot of things, bro. So like this is just another.
It's just the tip of the iceberg type.
Yeah,
and it doesn't help the tourism either.
I wanted to go there because my family's from there, right? Half of my family. So I really wanted to go and check out some things. And they always tell me, they're like, I haven't been back there in like 25 years. And I'm always like, why? Like, bro, your cousins will kill you. And I'm always like, you know? And now I'm seeing things like this. I'm like,
yeah, man. R.I.P. Adriana Young, man. Condolences to her family, man.
I can't imagine, bro.
It's just a mosh-up thing. I didn't mean to end the podcast on a somber note, but let's touch the road, man.
Yeah, thanks. Now, I gotta know. We'll go home, see my daughters, and be like, all right.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right.
Let me see if I could find some good music to bring us out here.
We
thanks
love
for
hip-hop.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.